Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Ringside Rants. I'm Mike. That's Josh. Jordan will be here shortly. Dev will probably show up eventually. Maybe J Rod, of course. Who knows? Just like wrestling here, we don't know who's going to show up. We have no
And
idea.
all I know is the NWO was going to show up and write it, and then we're going to end the show.
Yeah, NWO shows up, we're going to end. But no. Do we want to start with the news from Sunday? Do we want to do the UFC?
I think we'll wait till we get Jordan and J Rod in here. If they show up, we'll talk about the UFC because since we all four of us watched it together, so
That was a great event. Um,
it was America.
it was America. I tell you, damn it was America. But I do want to talk about TNA.
Yes.
What's up, big country?
Hey.
Yesterday they released Tessa Blanchard,
Yes, I did see the news on that.
and today two other people got released. One of them being Tommy Dreamer from Creative.
Uh, let's be frank about that. He
It needed,
wasn't very creative.
it needed to happen. It
Yeah.
was not good. It was. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of local wrestling.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
good. Storylines were just not good.
I think it was the same thing as what would you consider Vince Russo working for Vince McMahon. He has all these ideas, but you had to have somebody to channel all the ideas and like saying, "Hey, that's good. Hey, that's kind of shitty."
Yeah.
And
And
I
all we
think
got
that's
was
and I think that was the thing with Tommy Dreamer. He had all these ideas, but he didn't have the Scott Demore
he didn't have nobody
there
to tell him
too.
no.
Yeah.
He had nobody to tell him no.
Yeah.
And it sucks, but at the same token, they're talking about Road Dogg being the one to replace him.
Oh.
I'm gonna be honest here, man. I don't. Our first guest. What's up there, Big Dev?
How we doing?
Doing great, brother. Doing great.
What's the
How
deal?
is it working out on the boat tonight? Are you on
Not
the boat
bad, man.
tonight?
Yeah, I just got back. We actually tied up here on Alamo Street, which is not far away from the city, kind of outside the city. I can see the city landscape right now with the buildings and stuff and the bridge. It's pretty badass. We usually tie it up down further like a mile marker 56. We had like mile marker mile marker like 92, which is not bad. We see the river boats, like the tourist river boats passing here and there because they have tours, like 3 tours a day. So not bad. All good.
Right.
Y'all can
Since I
hear me
got
good?
you here, Dev. Yeah, bro. Hey, since I got you here, I want to ask you a few questions.
Go for it.
What did you think of UFC 250?
I thought UFC 250 was an absolute incredible event, man. 7 knockouts, the whole spectacle, the whole environment. I mean, look, I was able to listen to Dana speak with McAfee earlier today, man, and just the whole sense of weather. Weather almost like delayed everything. I'm sure you probably heard. Weather almost delayed it to like 10 p.m. So luckily, the storms, it was crazy. Dana White was explaining how the storm cells went around where the event was at, which is truly remarkable. I mean, look, you could call it God's plan, whatever, but for that storm to avoid that event like that, dude, it shows you some higher power action was happening because you had military personnel, you had the fighter jets that didn't almost happen. That was like 2 minutes of being like wiped out because of the weather and everything. Luckily, the fighter jets were able to fly do the thing and all, and which is remarkable, right? Just a total skyline of just pride, passion, etc., right? And to have that Donald Trump Marine band, that was special. They played every entrance song, and like that shows you, like they didn't. All the boxes were checked. Everything was was done to the 9. And that's what you want, right? In an event like that, where it's America 250, why not have immense pride and let it all hang out? And you've seen it firsthand how great our nation truly is, man.
Yeah. You said a mouthful.
I
You
said it
just
all.
said a mouthful.
And look, Gaethje wasn't supposed to win, right? That fight, you've seen Gaethje take a beating, but he delivered a beating. You've seen Tapora's face. Oh my, your boy couldn't see. His eye socket, left and right, was totally obliterated. His face was freaking smashed, bro. Like you've seen it.
But damn, did he keep going? He
Correct.
kept going, and he wanted to keep going.
In that second or third round, I think it was, toward the end, he delivered that liver shot, dude. Like, because he went right, then he went to the left. It was delivered massively. This shows you he's so tactical. He still was delivering good blows, but it lets you know how how much Gaethje can absorb and still able to, triumph, because Gaethje's a dog. There's no denying that. His resume it speaks for itself.
We lost Mike.
I'm back.
Yeah. That was just amazing thing. Is like all the other matches were like it was either a knockout in the first round or the second round.
Yeah,
this one was about to go to distance, and it was like,
correct.
But he was just taking a beat, but he kept getting up. I'm like, damn, what is good? And if it wasn't for the doctor stopping it, it's like he would have kept going.
Yeah.
It was a great fight, man. The whole show was amazing. The only drawback I have from it, I don't know how you feel about
round.
Fourth round.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about Hokic, but what do you feel about Josh Hokic?
It's a gimmick. He's delivering a gimmick. I mean, come on now. It's a gimmick. That's what it's all about. You see when he gets real when he's not with the look, when he does the gimmick, dog. It's on. It's a show. It's a spectacle. But whenever he's like, just like you and I talking here, all three of us, right?
Yeah.
He's just a normal cat, bro. He's a former football player. The guy's a grinder. He's just a dog with it, right? But he knows when he needs to. Hey, I gotta get a character. I gotta get all wild with it, and he gets eyeballs, man. It's evident.
He's funny, man. He's funny. I'll give him that.
He is.
You talk about that. You talking about that one guy that said the comment.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
Oh, jeez.
Listen, let me go get my charger real quick. Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna get my charger. Y'all good?
All right, Dev, go do your thing, brother. But yeah,
I'll be right back.
I just wanted to know his opinion, man, because the dude's outlandish. We know that the dude speaks his mind. We know that.
Wow.
Very, like you said, Josh, like you're like, oh God, but in all honesty, man, it's he's catering to the fans, man. He's catering to that redneck brand. There, we'll do that for now. That was loud, am I right? You there? Hello, am I by myself? Josh, you there? All right, you there, Dad?
Yeah, what's up? That was loud?
Yeah, it was a loud bang, bro. You're loud, bro. You're loud.
Oh, that was the door.
I think Josh left us for a second. He'll be back.
Yeah. I'm back.
Yeah, you're back. Yeah, everybody's back.
Are you ready for the Josh Hogan gimmick?
Oh, jeez. Oh, before I got cut out for a minute, I thought you got attacked.
Are we good? Nah.
So you're being he's just a gimmick.
I'm with 3. Living the gimmick.
Living the gimmick, yeah, man. And he's undefeated, bro.
No, but thing is, who's next? Who's next? Who's gonna sell tickets? He's gonna sell tickets, number one. But who's gonna go up against that's gonna have a good storyline. That's the key in a good storyline, right? You need something that's gonna
Cyril Gahn.
get. Yeah.
What about
But
Gahn?
did you notice how? Look, you said. What you said again? Say that again.
Cyril Gahn.
Okay. All right. I thought you said Cyril Gahn. Oh yeah, that's right. Correct. You did say that. My bad. I'm tripping. But did you notice how many elbows to the head that he did to Fierro? Dude, that was uncalled for. Herb Dean, you're a salty rep, right? You're a veteran. How do you not call that? That was so obvious. Your boy Ferrero was irate, rightfully so. Dude, he had every right to be like, what the hell are we doing here? Like, you have to call that Herb Dean, the guy with 2 first names. You got to call it, dog.
Yeah, he got his ass beat, bro.
He did, but look, he came in kind of heavy. He should have like, dropped at least 10 more pounds. But you know what? Kudos to him for stepping up into that third weight division. I mean, that takes a lot of skill, a lot of dedication, and a lot of nuts and guts, man, to do that in general.
And he hurt Gahn too, man. He hurt him.
Yeah. I mean, look, he packs power behind that punch. There's no denying that. His power, his strength, his explosiveness is always going to be there. But the cardio kind of showed that it needed some finely tuning, and he would have looked better, a little bit lighter on his feet. But hey, can't win them all. He'll be back. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine. I have a feeling that he's going to go against Hokic, and then Hokic's going to beat him, and then he'll go up and face Gahn. I think Hokic is the new dog, man. He's a new dog.
He is the new big thing that everybody's that people get excited about, and he knows what he's doing exactly. I mean, he's just like a Jake Paul type ordeal, man. Just getting people irate, getting people all pissy. And look, we're talking about it right now on Ringside Riot.
Mm-hmm. That's what we do. That's what we do, baby. That's what we do. And did you hear the news about TNA, Devin?
No, what happened?
They released Tommy Dreamer, and they released Tessa Blanchard, and they released Sami Callihan.
Oh, really? So that's four veterans you said released, correct?
Three veterans, yes.
Well, Sami Callihan, I don't think he was really wrestling. Matter of fact, ever since the show started, I don't even think I've seen him on the show.
He hasn't been on the show.
So I think he's been doing. I think Sami Callihan was doing more independence than doing TNA stuff. So I think they finally just said, you know what, fire this guy.
Well, he thought he was getting a call to do creative, and they're like, well, I got released. Watch Wrestling Revolver. And I'm like, nope, don't do that. I made that once.
And then I seen the news broke out with Tessa Blanchard. She wanted to release, and good for her, because the storyline that she was in recently with the dead people sucked.
Yes.
And and coming from a fan of Rosemary, the storyline that she had was just garbage.
Yeah, it's not good.
So I know she's going to be off the CMLL, but also at the same time, that opens the door for AEW. So could we see her at Forbidden Door?
Dude, they're talking about Randy Orton might be at Forbidden Door.
He's still under contract. That ain't
the birds are chirping. Wow. I mean, dude, that would be a machine. That would blow the cover off the building. Huh?
Yeah, I don't think. I don't
voices in my head.
Yeah. If they allowed that, then I would be surprised. But I don't think there's no open dialect between AEW and WWE. So.
Yeah.
Man, it don't make no sense.
Yeah. Then the other guy that got fired was Tommy Dreamer, and for good riddance, because he was behind the creative of all the bullshit that TNA is going under right now.
Now, how much you think? I'm sure you guys might know. How much you think Tommy Dreamer was earning? How much you think his contract was worth? Like, how much you think he was getting? Huh? We're looking at what? 75,000 or what? What you think? At least more than that, right? 80 grand?
Oh,
I don't know.
Are you mad?
I'm not. I wouldn't be entirely too sure of that much.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, baby.
But still, a decent amount. You know, nothing like
Yeah,
spectacular. I don't think no six figures, but like something where, yeah, you know,
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
respectable,
Enough to make the house payment.
right? Enough to make the mortgage and yada yada yada. Right. So enough
Yeah.
to have a decent blue collar type, you know, middle class living.
Well, the thing about him, what I was telling Mike before you jumped on, I would consider Tommy Dreamer this version, this era's Vince Russo.
You would?
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a bold statement, Karma Good.
yeah, because I say that it was Scott D'Amore that kept control of Tommy Dreamer's ideas, and once they got rid of Scott D'Amore, Tommy Dreamer just went booking crazy, and it just left us with this mess.
Yeah. Well, how old is Tommy Dreamer? I don't know offhand. He's got to be in the 60s, correct? He's got to be in the 60s, right? At least mid 60s.
I would say maybe early.
Yeah. Let's go with 64. Final answer. 64.
Here, well, ask the Google machine.
I got it.
Quick Google search from Mr. Money Mike. 64. Final answer. Do we have a bell?
55.
Can we?
Yes, 55.
Oh! Not bad. Not bad. Not all. Not
Wait,
bad.
wait. He's 50. Wait a minute. You tell me that son of a bitch is 5 years older than me?
Yeah.
No way. No way. Karma Good is 60 young. No way. You're lying.
I am. Yep, I'm going to be 50. I'm going to be 51 in October.
You don't look a day over 45, guy.
Damn, that's right. That's why I call it the superior genetics.
It's the Mexican heritage coming through and through.
Damn right.
Órale, viva la raza.
That's right. I ain't gonna look old until I get old.
There you go. There you go. That's what I like to hear. It's just a number. Just a number, man. So you look at it.
Well, yeah, it's just a number, but man, my the physical is catching up.
The joint, the crackling of the knees are evident. Right. I know what you
But
mean.
yeah, I say they needed to get rid of Tommy Dreamer because, yeah, like I said, he was the Vince Russo of that place, and
yeah, look, at that age, right. I mean, if he's not providing any worth or any value, like, yeah, thank you for your service, but let's keep it moving. You're definitely a legend. You're always going to be remembered. But look,
yeah,
we got to put somebody has to fill your spot. And sorry, you know what I'm saying? That's just the way the business is, as you know. That's just the way it works.
It was like when we went to the show on when we were down in Louisiana, they were having a debut of a guy, Sosa, I think it was.
Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah, they were having a debut of him, and everybody's like, "Who are you? Who are you?" Because I didn't know who the hell this guy was.
No,
And
no,
Tommy Dreamer's like just standing out there like,
Yeah.
like he fucking signed $1 million project.
A total doofus. Ladies and gentlemen, the band member, the Teenage Mutant Ninja wrestler, JAT.
was a jam.
Evening, people. Evening. I told you I'd make it.
If you give him the elbow dropping.
He gets a 5-minute grace period. 10:02, baby.
Slide Devin under Josh so he can elbow Dev.
You got to sell it. I'm gonna sell it. Go. I'm gonna sell it. Go. It's all about the sell. All about the sell.
Yeah.
Good.
But no, man, we were talking about all kinds of, just AEW was on fire tonight, though.
Yeah, it was a really good show. Really good show.
Dude, that was
just a weird arena.
Very weird arena. Yeah. What are you drinking there, Big Dev? Is that what I think it was?
No, that's natural spring water. We don't drink out of plastics anymore, Mr. Money Mike. You've heard the report. No plastic here, brother. But no, it's just spring water. Spring water. No bit of the bubbly. That was in Viva Las Vegas, but not tonight, sir. We on the work grind. We're good.
How is that cherry obituary there, Jordan?
My absolute favorite flavor from Liquid Death.
Really?
He's got it by the case.
By a long shot.
I kind of like that Dead Billionaire.
It's all right, but I always was a cherry fan. I really like this.
So you was a cherry Coke fan, huh?
Not really. I find
What
this
about
is
an
better.
RC cherry cola?
I find this is better.
Oh,
I didn't
God.
see
What about
the
a
RC
Doctor?
cherry.
What about a Dr. Thunder? Dr. Check Thunder.
Dr. Thunder's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. What about Big 60 cookies from Winn Dixie?
Dr. Thunder, you mean a generic version of Dr. Pepper?
That's right. That's right.
That Sam's Choice.
Well, I mean, this right here, 10 calories, like 1% sugar. There's nothing bad here. Diabetics drink this. This is natural mountain water with carbonation and flavored. Like it's sparkling water that tastes like cherry.
Hey.
I had the root beer last week.
No
How
free
is
plugs, bro. No free plugs.
How is the root beer? Is it good?
It was pretty damn good. I was not expecting it to taste like that much root beer. It was like a carbonated water with root beer, like not as strong as like you could tell that there was the syrup and the
Mm-hmm.
You could tell there's no aged vanilla, but to me it was more enjoyable than a Barks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sure.
I mean, it's not A&W with the aged vanilla, but it just tastes like a slightly watered down root beer. But I was impressed with how much root beer it tastes.
But let's be honest. We can all agree here. The best root beer in the whole land is none other than the B word.
No.
Bart.
No.
3 words for you. Bart has bite.
A&W.
No, it's A&W. It's A&W.
Survey says.
Y'all are both wrong. Y'all are both wrong.
Mr.
Now wait a
Pitt,
minute, Mike.
get that.
Wait, Mike. You can't go with a boutique root beer. That don't count. We're talking about generic store brand like Mug, A&W,
IBC.
Who?
IBC.
IBC's all right. I rather Louisiana brand root beer than IBC.
IBC, yeah, IBC's all right. Yeah, I agree.
I like aged vanilla. I mean, you're not gonna if a root beer don't have aged vanilla like Barks, I could care less. That's a joke.
The way you can get IBC is in a what? Glass bottle.
Correct.
Yeah, but Louisiana and all makes a better root beer than God. But if you're gonna beat them all, the Frost Stop and Laplace that has their own recipes the best.
Nope. Let me stop you there. You're saying it wrong. You're saying it wrong. It's Laplace. It's Laplace, Louisiana. Don't you butcher it, sir.
Hey, Devin, I'm white. It's Laplace. The black people say Laplace.
Yeah, I know. But look, that root beer is the sugariest root beer in the nation of nations. I guarantee
But
you.
that's
That root
because it's not even a Frost Stop. It's the family's recipe for over 100 years.
Exactly.
And there's a reason truck drivers buy it 2 gallons at a time.
Correct. Because look, it'll make you do the old boy like in Dumb and Dumber. Harlan with the old Dumb and Dumber scene where he drinks the old sipping on the grandpa's old cough medicine, eh?
If it would have been open, I'd have took a detour to get these guys a root beer there, but it wasn't open on the weekend.
For sure.
I can tell you all this. The best root beer I've ever had is from McGuire's Pub. They make their own.
Wait, hold on. In Destin?
Oh, they got one in Pensacola too.
Okay. Yeah, but hey, the one in Destin, I'd had the root beer there, but that you brought me to McGuire's Pub. That was an excellent spot. I'm sure it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same type of ordeal. Dude, awesome restaurant. Just big. You got the dollars on the ceiling, right? You grab the dollars, you sign it. Yeah, dollar. But yeah, it was.
And you gotta kiss the moose, man. You gotta kiss the moose. That's for
Bullwinkle. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
I love my Irish pub.
Before y'all move on, I'm gonna pop out real quick and pop back in. One of my band members wanted to make sure I got back all right because the weather was bad. I'll be right back.
That's
All right,
just
brother.
a good human right there. That's just a good human. Good stuff.
He's a very fine mammal.
Yeah, very fine mammal you are. So very fine primate. Very
What
good
about the
primate.
blood? Hey, what about the bloodhound gang? You and me, baby, ain't nothing but
Good mammal.
Hey, I'm feeling it
Let's
tonight,
do it
man.
like
Let's
they do on the Discovery Channel. Hell yeah.
Hey, what a video! Remember the Bill dressed up in the what a video.
Kudos to those guys, man. Those guys are amazing.
One hit wonders. Can you
somebody was
say
high that day.
one hit wonders at its finest? VH1 behind the music. Yeah.
No, I think they're more than a one-hit wonder. I really do.
Oh,
Bloodhound Gang.
yeah.
Oh, not even a. Damn. JT said, "What the hell?" You went,
Short of the roof is on fire. I have no need for them.
Really? Really?
Oh,
JC
man.
Lane,
The popcorn root beer guy.
Foxtrot uniform, Charlie
Well,
Kilo.
Tonight it's Pappy's beef jerky with garlic butter.
Hey,
Listen,
that's
listen
a
to
South
me.
that's a South jerky, my friend. Hey, well, I think I said
Donald
previous
Trump.
show.
There you go.
There it is. Hey, shout out. Shout out. The
What happened?
2 more years. 2 more years, maybe. 2 more years.
How y'all enjoy it, man? Gas dropped again, y'all. We're down
It
into
did.
like $3.16 now.
Imagine that, huh, boys? Huh?
It's gonna keep going down.
I hope
Love
so,
it.
man. I hope so, dude. I had to put some gas in the truck today, so yeah, I know how it goes. But yeah,
Well.
man. Y'all ready to talk about some dynamite?
Did
Go
I miss
for
the
it.
UFC or what?
Oh, we ain't talking about that yet. We ain't even talking about UFC yet. I
Well,
just asked them some questions.
we're dabbling in UFC and also talking about the news with TNA right now.
What news? Something I missed?
Well, they released Sammy Callahan today, and they released Tommy Dreamer.
I heard about Tommy earlier today. I know that old girl's mad. She's rolling out. TNA's now you could say it, Josh. This ship is full of holes and sinking now.
Yes, finally.
And it took them 6 months. Hey, who was right on this ship? You said 3.
Oh, 6
I
months.
said
Okay, yeah.
6. 6 months, all the holes started showing up. But I think they got another 6 months in the tank before they go.
Well, after in a minute or two, they're not gonna have any talent left.
Well, this is the rumor I've heard. Road Dogg Jesse James is supposed to take over head of creative.
Why?
What that's going to be.
Well.
Let's just talk about it. Let's get the catbird seat out here real quick. Let's talk about this, for example. If it does happen, what is your thoughts on Road Dogg Jesse James taking over as head of creative of TNA? Go, Devin.
Honestly, Road Dogg take the OADOOG. Why not? I mean, look, his pedigree, his experience, his demeanor, his versatility. Why not? Why not a good mind like himself? Having his little input and giving his ideas. I'm all for it.
Okay. What about you, Jordan? Well, I'll come back to you after you finish eating. All right. What about you, Josh? Well, let's just say he does take over head of creative. How do you feel about it?
Well, he was in creative in WWE.
Yeah.
He was not doing a bad job, but at the same time, he also had people over his shoulder. So, will we get a good product out of him? I don't know. It's always up in the air. Like I said, with Tommy Dreamer was the Vince Russo of TNA. Without Scott D'Amore, there was nothing telling him. There was no one there telling him no. That idea sucks.
Yeah.
Very
So
true.
the same thing with Road Dogg. You never know. I mean, he came up with some good ideas. He had a plan, but at the same time, there was always someone holding him back. But
yeah, no
we'll
change,
see.
no change. Let's go at no Allison change and let's let it fly. Yeah.
How you feel about it, Jordan?
Josh is right. He was in creative and SmackDown. Let's not forget that he resigned because he got tired of everybody changing shit and telling him you can't do this, you can't do that. That's actually why he resigned from the company. I think it's more. I think we need to look at the big picture here. Um, who is head of creative in WWE, guys?
It ain't Triple H anymore. It's TKO.
Okay, but Triple H is still the main man running it under TKO. He's that gorilla position. He's doing all that. All right. Who's running? Who's besides himself again? Who's his partner in AAA?
Undertaker.
Who runs NXT now?
Shawn Michaels.
So why would not Triple H push for another one of his close buddies and partners to run his mini NXTs? Which I tell you, that's what this is turning into. I totally see the logic. I see it putting another one of his boys running another creative product, another territory they could take over, and instead of making NXTs, you taking these other small companies and making your World Cup. So it makes sense to me. Now, will Brian James be allowed to do exactly what he wants with no filter? I think if he does, he'll be a happy guy. But the question is, we're gonna have to watch and see what a TNA led by Brian James and creative is there enough people left to save that ship? Can he and how is his creative going to be with no filter? We're going to have to watch.
And you know who's going to be taking over Slammiversary? After Slammiversary, that's going to probably be his very first duty because Slammiversary is already set in stone. So, and that happens in 2 weeks. And they let Tommy Dreamer go today. So Tommy Dreamer's fully last card will be Slammiversary, I do believe.
Okay.
I wonder how that conversation went. Hey, Tommy, thank you for all your work, but we don't think you fit the product anymore. We don't think we need you. I wonder how he feels about that.
Well, he announced it today on Busted Open how it went. Yeah. It was a mutual parting of ways.
Okay, so if it was mutual, that means that Tommy kind of decided he wanted out.
Yeah, Anthony, that's what I've heard. I think they're keeping Delirious. But I don't know why they would keep Delirious. Delirious was part of the regime of under Tommy Dreamer. In my personal opinion, if they let one go, they should let the other one go as well. Because you start over fresh. Not keep one, let one go, then hire a new guy. If they do that, then you're setting yourself up for failure, in my opinion. And I think that's what they're trying to do. I think they're honestly now trying to sink the ship.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I do not put it past them. And we discussed this on a prior week that WWE has the right to outright buy TNA ahead of anyone, anytime they feel like it. It's in the contract. So I'm like, they got him a TV deal. They tried to use it to go against Tony Khan and to hurt Dynamite and any way you want to look at it. They're not against each other the same night, but it was done to try. And there has been digs between Tony Khan and Prissy Pants, what's his face at TNA.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're trying to have a mini war that doesn't even exist in a way, which I think it's kind of dumb. But
AEW is leaps and bounds better than TNA, man.
There's no comparison. There's no comparison. I could say whatever I want about AEW between Tony Khan's bankroll and him running his cup and TNA is not even the legitimate little brother to WWE right now.
No.
They're not even the illegitimate little brother. I mean, the creative is some of the worst I've ever seen in any company.
It's like it's like the stepchild.
I don't even know if we can go. I think it's like the stepchild's best friend.
Oh damn!
It's bad. I have seen independents, true independents, with way better creative with a shitty camera, doing a better job than what TNA's do with creative wise.
Oh yeah, 100%. And he says he don't think they're trying to sink the ship. Maybe Delirious's contract has a clause where they can't attach his firing to Tommy Dreamer's, but I don't care if they can't attach his firing to Tommy Dreamer, but they can get rid of him because of the fact that I don't know what
his booking sucks.
Yeah,
his booking sucks.
It sucks. It's terrible, man. Him and Dreamer together were terrible.
I don't think that Delirious and Tommy Dreamer are the end all be all of a creative company for any ideas. I just don't think. I don't think it's their bread and butter. I don't think they're very good at it. I don't. Some of their matches might make sense, but the story wise, none of it. It's not. It's not good for anybody. That they're in the wrong position for any
Oh,
company.
yeah.
They should not be in that position.
If they did that for Delirious's contract, that's stupid. I mean, but I don't
I
think
would
they did.
I would give Tommy Dreamer the role of agent slash booker for a match or more than I would give Tommy Dreamer the reins on. All right, this one's gonna fuck this guy over, but his girl's jealous, but here comes her daddy and oh what now I would that's not Tommy Dreamer's all Tommy Dreamer knew how to do his own character. And all his own character was could not get over. He decided to take a beating and pretend he was the white meat baby face, took a beating from Sandman, and that got him over because everybody said, what a tough guy, what a tough kid. He's not the best, but he doesn't quit. That's the only character Tommy Dreamer has ever gotten over.
Wow, you just said
Uh,
a mouthful.
well, I mean, I'm telling the truth. Tell me I'm not, I mean, I'm not trying to criticize him in a negative way, but the truth is that he is not, Tommy Dreamer is not Scott Lee Raven. That's all I can tell you. He's if you put Raven in creative, you would see actual captivating stories. Tommy Dreamer just is not the guy to write captivating story television for wrestling and then a whole hour or plus. That's just not his forte. It's not. If you want
There,
a
there,
job,
there.
I'll let you try to be a booking agent for me. Book me Santana, which I know he's leaving too. Book me Santana versus well, what you call left too. So there you but book me a match. Do an in ring match. Don't do creative. Well, I knew that from the beginning. Tommy is not good at it.
Yeah. Speaking of Raven, he's been popping up on
TNA.
TNA every once in a while. So I wonder if I wonder if they give him the role too.
Well, I mean, back in his time, Vince did not like Scott Levy at all. That's what hurt Raven the most. In a regime like I don't know if anybody has the brains to give him a shot, but I mean, can you imagine the captivating TV and angles if that dude's willing to that he could do? That'd be like having a sober Scott Hall book your show. Those guys are just brilliant when they're in the zone. Those guys are fucking brilliant backstage and ideas and storylines. I mean, you wouldn't have Crow Sting without Scott Hall created like three people's characters, just freestyling in the back to the boys. Hey, you should do this or you should do this. I mean, Sting will tell you that. There would be no Crow Sting without Scott Hall. And there's other characters he did that for as well. And Scott Hall's brilliant when he was off the sauce.
Yeah, I would agree
And
with that.
two of the biggest names in wrestling that they did not give a shit if they had to eat an L from somebody or there was a lower person on the card. Macho Man Randy Savage and Scott Hall would do business if it made money. They're like, if it makes sense to lose, we will lose.
Yeah, because they want to progress the story and they want
Yeah,
to put money in everybody's pocket.
yeah. If it's beneficial for them to lose, they will lose, and they did. They showed it.
Don't forget Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig now. Kurt
Oh,
Hennig was
a team
excellent
player
work.
all the fucking way, Mr. Perfect as
Correct.
well.
He was a Master River now.
Also,
But look,
Huge River too.
oh, yeah, exactly. Master River, but the man was all about the business and doing it the right way, right? Like in business aspects of getting whoever over and just doing the absolute best and keeping the storyline and keeping everything progressing forward.
I will say something like right now, like far as independent minds, Kevin Nash to me isn't a great booker. He is a great person to give somebody a character.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as booking a match, I would say no.
I am not gonna give Kevin Nash 1% of positivity. He's all about himself, always has been, and he will cover him and his boys, and he will take whatever opportunity to put himself on top and make money. He booked himself to beat Goldberg. I mean, that was a bad idea.
Well, I mean, look at it this way too, though, man. He in TNA, he did give Jay Lethal the the Macho Man gimmick, and he did do the whole thing with Shark Boy as giving the Stone Cold gimmick.
Yeah, but that half of that's copying other people and joke gimmicks. That's none of that. None of that was a brand new NWO or a Stone Cold Steve Austin or a birth of the Rock or none of that is on that level. Nothing that Nash did. That beating Goldberg, yeah, it got a pop that night because everybody's like, "What the fuck?" Goldberg just got beat. But Bobby Heenan said it the best. He says, "You had the golden goose, you just threw it away."
Mm-hmm.
Last thing you should have done, and then if it should have been anybody, it should have been a new up and comer to be go. It should not have been one of the old guard. It should not at all. I don't care if Scott Hall used the taser. It was stupid. But Nash is an opportunist. That's what he is. I'm sorry.
I agree, but like I said, I don't see him as an intelligent mind when it comes to booking. I see him as an intelligent mind when it comes to giving somebody a character. And it ain't like you said, it ain't like giving a character. It's just giving a character.
Yeah. Half of it's him just the way him and Disco Inferno and all them with Russo's era, they would all sit in a room in WCW and they were silent. And somebody like Disco would get up and yell at them, "Hey, how about we da 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 da?" And they were throwing shit at the wall to see what would stick. That's actually like about 10 of them would sit in a room, and that's that horrible era of WCW. That's why the creative got like it got. And a lot of them admit that. Disco was sitting in on these meetings. That's why how he got so cool with Conan and all that. But they would just blurt out shit and they would throw it at the wall and see what stuck. That's how they were doing this crap. And Russo was there with him, Nash and all, and it was just no. I mean, you don't know how to book. You don't know how to book.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
The best booker right now that's independently out there, BG James. I mean, let's just call it like it is. Road Dogg, Brian Armstrong, whatever you want to call him. He's going to have problems. He's not going to have the greatest, utmost respect coming into that locker room and taking over head of creative if it happens. He's going to have troubles. He's going to have a lot of people quit. He's going to have people signed, but then other people are going to get signed to him. Like it just, to me personally, I don't see it going the way everybody thinks it's going to go. Like, oh, dude, he's a savior. He's going to save TNA.
No. And what's gonna hurt him even more than the creative is you're losing talent daily almost now. You're running out of chess pieces. You can't play a game of chess if you don't have every pawn.
Costa Steele's just resigned.
And if they're looking at the idea of he was once in TNA, we want to get somebody classic back. I know they can't get him because he's AEW now. Jeff Jarrett would have been the obvious choice for creative if you weren't going to put back D'Amore or anybody, which he's moved on and he's doing his own thing. But Jarrett would have been the obvious choice if he was under WWE contract, which he's not.
Ron Killings can't set up matches. Ron Killings is still an in-ring talent. So, and that's what I feel about Ron Killings.
Also, Ron Killings is known for backstage morale and boosting he's his role and the reason why everybody had a fit when he got fired. It wasn't just the fans saying, "Oh my God, he's been there forever." Da, da, da. It was the backstage was getting depressed because their number one supporter was leaving. The guy that supported everybody that talent relied on. That's where everybody got upset about Ron Killings.
Wake up, Karma Good.
I'm here.
He's there.
I'm distracted by something else, sir.
No, sir. You have heavy eyes, sir. You have heavy eyes, sir. Don't deny it.
No, I got my dad's eyes, which look like he's stoned all the time.
Oh, Papa eyes don't lie.
Anthony, I don't think CM Punk would want a booking job for any company. I don't see that at all. I don't think he wants that responsibility.
Nope.
Especially while he's an active talent, but I just don't think that fits CM Punk's character.
I mean, he before the incident with Jungle Douchebag, he didn't mind like mentoring or giving advice or stuff like that, but But
Well,
but as a booker, I don't know. I don't think he.
Punk got what he wanted when Collision became his show, but Collision
Mhm.
was damn near made to be his show. But Punk is the guy that either I own it all and it's my way, or I don't want nothing to do. He don't want to be the half. So if he's still got to answer to somebody and tell him this is great, this ain't great, he is. CM Punk's not going to do it. CM Punk either wants total control or none at all.
Yeah, complete
And
all or
that's what
nothing
he
guy.
had.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what he had in AEW. He had full control.
Yeah, and Tony was stupid. Tony, who blasted Hulk Hogan, gave CM Punk the Hulk Hogan deal. What you
Yeah,
want me to
that's
take?
right.
How badly can the pot be a kettle?
Yeah, I mean, he did give
Well,
him full creative control over everything. His character, he gave full control over Collision. He gave full control over. I mean, dude.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
was instead of make Collision an ROH television show, he said, "Fuck that! It's more important for CM Punk." Gabe was going to give the dude $9 million contract, which has all been changed around since the legal shit. And here's your show. Punk was picking all. He picked his own clique of 6 to 8 guys. He started putting on the main events he wanted to put on. It was the Punk show, and that's why Tony Khan got so mad at Jungle Fuck because he's like, you just lit my golden goose on fire, you idiot. I like you, but you're not Punk. Just like Tony Khan told Cody, no, you're not worth that kind of money. Cody was like, well, I'm leaving. He didn't believe Cody was worth what Cody wanted to be paid for the new contract, and that's why Cody left.
yeah.
but he walked his ass out.
Yeah, he took
There's a
Cody.
lot.
Cody took his ball, but he didn't go home. He went across the road, and I couldn't believe Vince even bought the damn music. I couldn't believe that. Cody must have been like, that's in the stipulation, but they paid the money. They got Cody. They bought all of his likenesses stuff and all of that. And hey, the dude they put the guy in the main event.
Yeah, they've been pushing him nonstop. But there's a time and place for everything.
All right. What did Anthony say right there?
He said he
Anthony.
disagrees because Punk doesn't have long inside the ring, and he thinks that the future head general manager of NXT, because that's what Shawn Michaels wants him to replace him.
I have never heard of Shawn Michaels being close or tight or buddies with CM Punk, bro.
Mm-mm.
No,
Have you never heard?
replacing him because I think Shawn Michaels is getting ready to start hanging it up. I think he's getting done. And I honestly, I'll be honest. I could see CM Punk running NXT. I could see him running that. No, no, Raw and SmackDown. No. Not the big
Or
show.
do you think they can make it enough money for Punk when he's ready to get out of wrestling to say, I'm going to move from California and come live down in Florida to run NXT? I got to, and especially now that the rumors are AJ Lee is not returning to the ring, I think when he goes, he's going to be ready to go home, bro.
Well, what do you think, Shawn Michaels? Do you think Shawn Michaels lives in Florida? No, he lives in
But
Texas.
Sean was willing to move, get another house, do the job. His wife and all went with. You got to look at all that. Is it worth Punk, who made both of them made stupid money their whole lives? Is it worth
Now,
Punk's? Is it worth Punk's convenience? That, and I don't see Punk doing it, whereas other people are willing to move. I just don't see Punk doing it.
No, he's Chicago. Well, he's Chicago through and through. He'll stay in Chicago.
What do you think, Devin?
now, as y'all know, Sean's daughter and son are involved with WWE also. You know what I'm saying? Like that's another aspect. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like obviously don't have the name value of Shawn HBK Michaels, right? But still, they are involved. They have the tutelage. They've been molded under Sean's wing in a sense, and know the business in a sense, and know the old avenues and all. So hey, but I like the whole CM Punk, aka Pepsi Phil. Eventually, he's gonna be around the business some way somehow, right? And like Jordan said, it's an all or nothing type ordeal. His name value in itself holds a lot of weight, but let's let it play out. We'll see. Because like you said, Bad Karma, Shawn Michaels really don't have much left. You know what I'm saying? He may have, I would say, 5 years tops, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of good, on the business in some shape or form, but his contributions have been very nice.
Well, here's an idea for you. Back to what I said earlier about all of Triple H's people. Why would you leave Brian James and T? Even if TNA's still a thing in 5 years or when Michaels retires, why wouldn't you move Brian James into NXT and then put somebody else in charge of TNA?
That's valid. That's valid.
Yeah, it's very valid.
Yeah.
You got to remember that all of Triple H's boys are leading each division. You got to look at that. Undertaker is one of Triple H's boys today. That's all one team of the veterans of the WWE.
Yeah, but at the same time, there was someone was holding him back from doing his job and everything, and he said he got tired of all this bullshit, and he's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, that was on SmackDown. That has to keep up with live television. That has to work opposite of Raw. That has to do with the whole main roster, all your pay-per-views. NXT's a whole nother world, bro. If Brian James gets sit down and you're the head man and you get to run NXT the way you want, Brian, and then especially if this TNA thing goes sour and starts falling or they let it go and burn, I think Brian James is a number one candidate after Shawn Michaels to take over NXT if he's still going to be in the business. Now, personally, I'd put Paul Heyman and let NXT become the number one show on television.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Heyman could take anybody and make him. He could take somebody you never heard of and make you believe him and become a star. Paul Heyman's brilliant. That's who I would try to see if I could get. Now, would he be willing to do that? Versus, he's a lot like Bischoff. They like them. They rather be. They said it was so much easier not to run a wrestling company and play a character. Put in a little bit of creative. They said it was so much more relaxing. That's why Bischoff said he never minded his time in WWE. He says, I didn't have to make any decisions. I just went out there and acted. He said it was fun. He said I didn't have to sweat anything. Bischoff says that all the time.
Nice.
You know? And no, Bischoff does not want to run anyone's creative in modern day. No, he does not.
Because it ain't like it was 20 years ago.
It's not. And even if he would have, if I'd have been Tony Khan after 1 year in AEW, I would have hired Bischoff. Even if you're not going to, you get that guy because he knows TV people and detail and deals. And if you're going to use him on TV, let him be a character, just like WWE. Let him be your face general manager, and that would have got over like Rover. Now, would Bischoff have wanted to do it, or depending on money and move? He was willing to move to go back to take over SmackDown, which Vince pulled this quick thing and fired him. That was all political moves because Vince needed to make all that happen. That's why Vince did that.
Yeah, and in seriousness, Tony Khan don't want a general manager on television.
No, he doesn't, and I think it's kind of dumb because he wants to be the guy, and the problem is he's not good as the guy. He's not a good booker, and he's going the route of Paul Heyman without the talent, but with a whole lot of money. You can't do everything in one company. You have to have other people to fall back on because you can't do it all yourself. You can't. You can't match book, do creative, own the place, try to run the place, order this, order that. But you can't do all of that. You can't.
Yeah, you're right. It's such a heavy workload, right? I mean, it's so much responsibility, so many things going on.
There's a reason you hire employees when you are a corporation, because a corporation is bigger than a mom and pop shop and a small business. It's a corporation. You have to have levels and teams of people, and you need to get people that know what the hell they're doing. And
that's why Tony Khan looks like he's coked out all the fucking time.
He stays on the black coffee. He's got to stay moving, stay
a little bit something extra than that black coffee.
You may intake maybe 400, 500 calories a day, and that's terrible, man. A guy of that stature, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's a whole other story.
Well, you know, Devin, when he's got the two cups, the bottom cup's half filled and the top cup is full, and he tells you that someone asked him, and he said pure black coffee, nonstop.
I bet you the liver is absolutely down.
I don't want that responsibility. I don't want that responsibility. First off, first and foremost, I don't want that responsibility. That's too much headache because you're dealing with people's complaints, you're dealing with people's gripes, you're dealing with people's everything, and then on top of that, you got to book shows, you got to match make, it's so much, man. Yeah, we talked about that last week, Anthony, when you were not here. brother. That we talked
Brother.
about. I'll send you the link in a little while. I want us to delve into like some dynamite first before we go any further.
And we need to get into UFC, and it's already almost an hour in the show, so we need to get moving.
Yeah, y'all want to talk about dynamite first, Josh?
Sure, why not?
All right, let's get it, brother.
All right. Going
Shout out,
into Dynamite.
wait a minute. Shout out to Brian Zane. Dick kicks it in. Let's get it. All right, that was for Brian Zane. Shout out.
Starting off with Dynamite, MJF was out in the ring and he was oh no, they were announcing there was going to be a big 6-man tag, or no, not 6, yeah, 6-man tag, well, a 12-man tag altogether. So it was 6-on-6. MJF with the help of Don Callis, of
Are you
Okada.
going straight to the main event?
Well, no, this is how it started off. They're picking off the who's going to be this the 12-man tag.
Yeah.
So it started off with MGF, and he came out with Don Callis, and he picked Don Callis picked Andrade, Fletcher,
Kevin Knight,
some
Jake
meathead,
Doyle.
and
Jake
yeah.
Doyle and Okada.
Jake Doyle and Okada.
I so hope that this is leading to what I hope y'all are going to tell me later on in the show.
Well, yeah, that's how it started out with. So he picked them.
Nice ass,
Then,
bro.
Then it went. Then it goes into the first match because what's his name? We'll pick his guys later, like close to the main event. So the first match. What was the first match? It was
Kenny Omega.
Yes, it was Kenny Omega going against
Tony Nese.
Tony Nese, and basically it was just a squash match right there. Yeah, basically this like Kenny Omega came out, kicked his ass real quick, and just said that he was looking forward to fighting what's his name
Tony Nese never gets a break.
yeah. Yeah, jobber for life. He's the U.S. Delivery Jones of AEW.
Sadly.
So he came out, cut a promo, and Zack Sabre Jr. came out with a couple of his guys.
TMDK.
Yep, and he threw Zack Sabre Jr. the mic, and he's like just threw it right back. So he didn't even cut a promo. So he just gave it right back to Kenny Omega and just Kenny Omega just ripped him a new one.
That was dumb of Tony Khan. Yes, you let everyone's favorite lovable vegan dickhead talk. That's the number one way WWE destroyed him, was not letting him talk. Let fucking ZSJ talk, you clown. Big mistake. Big mistake.
Well, then he was about ready to jump Omega. Then the Elite came out. So we'll see how that goes for Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
And second match was
The Death Riders, Daniel Garcia, and
Moxley going against Brodito.
was it Moxley?
Yeah, it was Moxley and Garcia going against Brodito.
I'm going to talk about it after y'all review the show, but I have news on Will Ospreay being unhappy with his AEW creative.
Well, he was doing very good today. I don't know how unhappy he was.
He thinks the Death Riders thing is stupid.
Well, then the match went back and forth. Was it Bandito got the pin on Garcia?
Yeah.
And after that, after they went to commercial, they came back and Bandito officially challenged Moxley for his title
at Forbidden Door.
at Forbidden Door. So
Well, that's going to amount to a whole lot of not much.
yeah.
Then you get Proto-Kata in the back.
You get what?
Proto-Kata. Kyle Fletcher and Okada.
Oh yeah, they beat the shit out of the Pitbull.
Yep. Tomohiro Ishii.
So what? So that what's his name? Didn't have anybody to pick for the 12-man tag.
Mm-hmm.
So that happened, and then we go into the women's semifinals.
No, you get Psycho Killer, man.
Oh yeah, he could have. Oh, he didn't wrestle. He just cut a promo.
On Y2J.
Yeah, basically he cut a promo like Y2J. I want to meet you face to face.
I hate you so much.
He's like, I hate you so much. I want to meet you face to face. I'm like, okay.
Those two could put on, even though they're older, those two could put on a classic match because they're intelligent and good in the ring. I think that's a good pairing.
Yeah.
And it's good to do it now because later unless Jericho does a farewell tour, you got to do that now because both of those guys after this need to start making new talent and helping them out.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I love Psycho Killer, but he said himself, I got 10 more years. He's going to have to move into that role of helping to make talent because he's not the future.
Yeah.
I wish 10, 15 years ago somebody would have pushed Psycho Killer. I wish.
Well, they were.
The
Triple H was, then
he left.
Too old then, man. Too old. And NXT, him and Gargano were good, but Psycho Killer, when they first started in the CWC, you didn't needed him on your roster right then and there. He was just passing the point. I wish he'd have been hired before the CWC and been built. I wish he'd have been hired in like 2010, and they could have worked it by 2013. He'd have been over. That's what I wish.
Yeah.
On the main roster, because I think he's terrific.
Yeah.
And we have our father who was out in wrestling returning back to Dynamite tonight.
How many mothers did he insult tonight, Mike?
None.
Hmm.
I love that guy. That guy is over.
We know you have a love affair with Christian Cage.
That dude is over, man. You can't knock him. You can't knock him. Am I wrong or right, Josh?
Sure.
Whatever, man. Whatever. Dude's over.
I guess the running theme was the Dogs of War. We're running around beating up backstage hands and everything, and they try to beat up another guy, and it turned out it was
Cope.
It was Copeland, and
is Gabe Kidd back on their television now that he's
still out in injury.
He's still MIA.
He still was able to show up on New Japan, looked like he wasn't injured, cut a promo and disrespect Shooter. I don't know why Tony Khan doesn't have that guy on television when you're paying him.
Well, he's put him on the G1, so he'll probably be gone for a couple months there, Jordan.
Yeah, well, I mean, the G1 is not right now. The G1 ain't had him before Forbidden Door. I don't know why, and Gabe Kidd's got to do something at Forbidden Door or stand with somebody to help. Why Tony Khan isn't using the man?
He may be cleared to wrestle in Japan, but he hasn't been cleared to wrestle in America yet.
No, the G1 starts after because the Forbidden Door starts in like 2 weeks.
Yes, that's why I'm saying there's no reason. Just like, we know unless Tony Khan was privy to that doesn't make sense because Newman was supposed to retain the title. Very ignorant that Newman has been on AEW TV one time. And if that guy was going to be the champ, was going to defend on Forbidden Door. Bro, there's not all the wrestling world watches everything that you watch, Tony Khan. Not everybody you got to introduce some of these New Japan people that aren't known. You got to put them on your television. And ZSJ not being allowed to talk tonight. Stupid. That man, I can listen to anything that man says talking to a wall, and I will never get bored.
Well, Christian Cage did grab a microphone and say he has standards because he has never came across a team named after their mothers.
You said there were no mother disses.
Well, I mean,
You lied. You lied.
Well,
He did brings up-
basically they call them it's like a bunch of bitches.
yeah, he then brought up Fit Finley, saying Fit should have done the world a favor and let you run down the inside of his leg.
Yeah.
True story.
Since
Chris,
Then
it's a Christian segment, I opened my circus popcorn for Christian because he's a circus.
dude, he is the overlight rover, man.
He is the He is a circus.
Yeah, and then Coke brings up the dogs attempting to steal their gimmick in their own venture into professional wrestling. And he says that they thought they had everything figured out until they stood across the ring from teams like the New Age Outlaws and the APA. And then he challenges them to a match at Forbidden Door.
Wait, so Christian challenged who?
Look, Cope and Christian challenging the dogs.
to a match at Forbidden Door. So then we go into the women's semifinal match.
No, we don't. We got
Yes, we do. Yeah, you go through all these promos and we still haven't hit a match yet.
I know because there was Thekla.
No, that happened after.
No, that happened before the match, and then the match was teased at Forbidden Door because Bandito teased the match between him and Moxley, and then
Well, apparently we had a half hour of promos before a match.
yeah, and then Hazuki
For a
versus
company that
Mercedes
claims
Moné.
they're not sports entertainment.
Then you had
Well,
Hazuki versus Mercedes.
the way Mike is making it, it seems like we had a half hour of promos.
Well, I'm sorry. I apologize. Well, we didn't
Well,
have a half hour of promos. You had like 15 minutes. If
Yeah.
that.
It was
15, yeah.
just like Raw on USA, 50, 20-minute promo to open the show.
Well, to get what he was talking about, Starlight Kid, I think her name is.
Yeah.
The girl from
Yes,
Starlight,
that's her name.
that's coming over
Starlight
to.
Kid. Be glad Phil's not here. He'd yell Phil would yell how dare you at me.
No one cares.
He has an internet girlfriend. Anyways,
I do like Starlight Kid, and they will have a tremendous match. We just all know what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, that was one.
Love you, Phil. Anyways,
don't worry, he never watches the replays.
Starlight Kid cuts a promo for Japan, and basically I'm crossing the pond to kick your ass, Thekla. To sum it all up. You insulted my company. I am coming to kick your ass. So, then Thekla responded is like,
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I'm gonna kick your ass back.
Yeah.
Starlight Kid is good.
Well, I
Yes.
believe.
Yeah. Then finally, we get into the match with Mercedes Moné going against
Hazuki.
Hazuki? Is that her name?
Yeah, Hazuki. Hazuki.
Yeah. And me and Mike both agree that this was a damn good match. Wow. And coming from Mercedes Moné, that was pretty. It was stunning.
Yeah, but Mercedes wrestles her best against the Japanese women.
Dude, she's been wrestling good for the past 2 weeks.
That's how she wrestled. The year she went to Japan before AEW, that's how she wrestled every match. We were invested.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
and going on Hazuki is like, I know Mike isn't into the Japanese female wrestlers, but damn, this was a woman. This wasn't no wee girl, wee girls, throwing up peace signs and all that. No, this was a Japanese woman.
Yeah, she had boobas. and she can go in the ring.
Yes.
Legitimately go in the ring. Like I was invested. As soon as she came in the ring, I was invested. The way she approached the ring, the way she I mean, it's just like you watch it and you're like, wow, wow. And the whole first half of the match, it was all Hazuki. Am I lying or am I telling the truth, Josh?
Oh yeah.
She
Yeah,
beat
she
the
was.
shit out of Mercedes.
Yeah. Then Mercedes started making her comeback. Then it just went back and forth. Honestly, I'll be honest. Truth. If I couldn't predict it, I would have said it's like there was no way of calling this one because it just went back and forth so much.
Yeah,
And
I really thought
then
Hazuki was going to win.
yeah.
I was
So
blown away. Blown
so
away.
but Mercedes was able to get the bank statement in and just wrenched on that arm and just like she finally tapped out.
That to me was an at least an A match, man. If we had to give that a grade, like a letter grade, that had to be an A. Am I
Yeah,
wrong?
that was a good 7-8.
Yeah. I mean, by itself, if that was the only match on the card, you're like, wow, what the fuck? Thank you, Tony Khan, for giving us like one great match.
Probably you could thank Mercedes, who probably picked her to work with, then had her on her books, and they worked on a match to be like, let's blow them out the water. You could probably thank Mercedes.
No, we
Then
haven't
you
talked.
had
We haven't talked about that. Yeah, Anthony, we haven't talked about that yet. More than likely, we'll touch on that on Friday show.
what?
Read the comment.
Oh yeah. That's been there. Yeah, we've talked about that.
I know we mentioned it. I don't think we actually really talked about it. So, but
About what?
we'll talk about it Friday.
Yeah,
Wait, we discussed all of this last Friday. The WWE with both settlements, both court
Yeah.
cases being dropped and going into settlements.
Yeah. There's nothing there.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's
and there's a rumor that Vince could be on his way back after it's done with TKO.
yeah. As a board member, that's it. But we shall see.
Then after the Mercedes match, I think it just went right to the man, ain't it?
No, we had a face to face.
Oh, that's right. Yes, with Swerve Strickland and
Yeah.
Will Ospreay, since they're going head to head at Forbidden Door for the Owen. And shoot, that was an intense face to face right there.
That shit hit the fan.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Will Ospreay said even Tony Schiavone came out and said, "Dude, you just got married. Congratulations." He said, "Thank you, bro. Appreciate it." He said, "But my woman told me this is more important. Go get my head on, go get my focus on. Then we can go to Hawaii whenever." And then he goes, "I tell you like this. I took her upstairs and I smashed her. And then I threw her some Kleenex and told her to get herself cleaned up because we're going to be in Houston." I was like, "Oh my God."
I'm pretty sure she appreciated that.
I was like, Jesus, man. Like, wowee.
What war is going on?
Yeah, who's playing the Chipmunk War?
Yeah.
We can't hardly hear you, brother. Can't hear you.
Let me come back in.
All right.
I think Devin might have been playing Call of Duty right there.
But yeah, he said that he said I smashed her, tossed her some Kleenex, and said, "Come on, we're going to Houston."
There you go, brother.
Run it back.
You got hella noise though.
Yeah, you're breaking up on us.
Now it sounds good. Nope, it's back. Some headphones.
Yeah, I think it's your headphones are dead. We're getting field conversation here, bro. We're getting a field connection.
He's like,
That
oh
weather's kind of
no.
getting bad.
Yeah. He said he can see the skyline of New Orleans where he's at.
Oh, they're getting hammered right now. We were worried about flooding when we left.
All right, let's go. Flash flood warning.
Flash flood warning. Yep.
Devin, we get
Just
one
delayed
word out of
copy.
every 10.
Yeah, we can't hardly
No.
hear you, my brother. We can hardly hear you. God bless it.
You're gonna have to up your internet game, Dev.
Well, he's out there on the boat, man.
Yeah.
Really,
All right, well, no, up the boat game.
up the boat game.
So we got Starlink, but it's not. We got Starlink, but it's not connected for usage. Like it's just there, just in case. But so how about now? Is it better or no? Still.
Choppy.
All right.
All right.
We'll get him back. But
Peace of mind, finally.
peace of mind finally.
Bro, that was getting irritating, that white noise.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's because of his headphones. And it also makes him sound like he's talking like on an AM weather report.
I got your A&M weather report, guy.
You know what you sound like when you use some headphones? You sound like Bob Brick on AM radio trying to tell us the weather.
No,
Like,
I'm
that's
going
your buddy,
Martin
huh?
Falls with the stick. Martin Falls with the stick.
All we heard was moss balls with 6. That's all we understood.
No, that's what I said. You like to see homos naked, huh? You like to see homos
I can't
naked.
hardly hear you, Dev.
He can't even cut a promo because
Hey, are you plugged in, Dev? Are you plugged in?
A total shit.
And we lost him.
we
I think
agree.
I
It's a
crashed
total sham. We agree.
I think I crashed him. Did I crash him? So we can hear that. We can hear the background noise, but we can't hear you.
Yeah, Devin. This ain't gonna work for me, brother.
How about that? Is it a sham now or what? A total sham what?
Yeah, it's
You're
bad.
trying to sell me a sham wow?
We can't
Nothing.
really hear you, bro.
Nothing. You freezing up worse than
Yeah. I was hoping you're plugged in.
bro. You look like the
let me check
internet You look like the internet live from 1995.
I think he's given up.
He looks frozen. Oh, we got
Yeah, he gave up. Maybe he'll come back one time and it'll be good. I don't know, dude. He was doing good for a while, man. And all of a sudden he start. Maybe it's his battery or
The weather in
something.
that direction, bro, was chasing me all the way home. Almost one step away from having to pull over because I couldn't see what my wife was going all the way as slow as I could.
Dang.
Yeah, we're under bad weather right now.
And it's headed this way.
All right, we're risk of flooding too.
I'm gonna take him down for now. But yeah, but no, man. The face to face was really good. Will Ospreay went off on Swerve. Then he said, "I want to hear what you got to say." Then he slapped the microphone out of his hand. He said, "Nah, I thought about it. You ain't got nothing I want to hear." And then he pointed to the Forbidden Door sign. And he goes, "That is where you're my semifinal to my World Cup, bruv. And I don't think I'm going to let you beat me." And then Swerve snatched the microphone from him and went off on him. Talking about he don't think he's changed. Oh, you changed. And then he said the best line was that, yeah, you changed. And it never fails to say the same though. In 10 years, Will, You've never beaten me. It's when you came in 2024, Mister Billy Goat, you had a rocket up your ass. You didn't beat me. And just like in a week from now, you're not gonna beat me then. And then you might go away and come back after your little honeymoon. And you know what's going to always stay the same? I'm going to beat you again and again and again and again.
Well, that's cute, but Will Ospreay's damn near guaranteed the main event at All In. So,
Yeah, but it's good storytelling.
bro,
Yeah, bro, it's good storytelling. And then he goes, you know what? Especially with your fragile ass neck. And when he said that, Will Ospreay punched him in the throat. And then Prince Nana handed the chain
I'm
to
back.
Swerve.
Sorry, I had to answer some text right there real quick.
And then he handed the chain to Swerve, and he like swung the chain at Will Ospreay, and all of a sudden Death Rider's music hit, and they surround the ring. And then there he found a microphone, and he goes, "Oh yeah, you definitely changed, definitely changed." Dropped the microphone and walked out of the ring.
who Swerve said this?
And then Will Ospreay left with the Death Riders.
Yeah, not a lot of good story there. It's like the guy came over and he's the guy, but he needs the Death Riders to make him a better. It makes no sense. A lot of people were talking about that this week. They're like the storytelling is just not there. Like Tony Khan's paying you all this money and brought you in because you are the guy. You don't need to prove you're the guy or get better. You're supposed to already be better. So it doesn't make a lot of sense. But the one story I'm hoping for on this show, by the time y'all get to it, I hope happens because somebody mentioned his name earlier. I really hope we get what I want in that main event.
And Chris Jericho responded to Tommaso Ciampa, said that he wants a face-to-face confrontation on Saturday. And then you had a backstage segment with Will Ospreay, Daniel Garcia, and Jon Moxley. And then Daniel Garcia stirred the pot by referencing Swerve Strickland's fragile neck comment aimed at Will Ospreay, which leads Ospreay to shove Garcia into a wall. And then Moxley is, it's just words. It's just words. They don't mean nothing. Let them talk all they want. Let your actions show what you're really about.
Which I'm sure Mox probably liked the fact that he slammed Garcia against the wall because that's what he wants out of Ospreay.
Yeah. And then Mark Briscoe announces his All-Star squad.
For what?
Which was six what was it
Six-man.
trio champions with Cassidy, Kyle, and
Roderick Strong.
Yeah, Roderick Strong with Takeshna and Darby.
Allin. And on the other side, we have Andrade, Kevin Knight, Kyle Fletcher, Okada, MJF, Jake Doyle.
Jake Doyle. One of these things is not like the other.
And they should have put Brian Cage on there since like he just got that's another thing in the news right there. Brian Cage won Mr. Nevada.
Yeah.
And he's over there.
Power lifter again.
Yep, he's over there. Got his ribbons and everything when they were making announcements and all that. So
yeah.
So the 6-man, this 12-man tag match happened, and it was just
there was a lot of friction, man. There was a lot of
bodies flying all over the place in this match.
There's one story angle I want out of this, and I hope one of y'all tells me it.
Well,
Andrade?
Yeah.
Andrade is still part of the team. However, whenever MJF was getting his arm snatched around by Jake Doyle. He was like, keep doing it, keep doing it.
Well, yeah, well, Jake Doyle was doing it to Orange Cassidy. He was like, he was on the other side of the ropes, and he was like yanking on Orange Cassidy's arm.
He did it, yeah. And then MJF
And
said, "What are you doing him?"
yeah, it's like they're like one more time. Then all of a sudden, Orange Cassidy was they're about to do it again to Orange Cassidy, but he flipped around, threw Max's arm to Jake Doyle, and he just going at it. And Andrade's like, "Yes, keep doing it,
Yes,
keep doing it, keep going." Everybody's like,
oh, don't do that. And then there was friction between the Knight or the Jet Kevin Knight and Kyle Fletcher.
Right. "Yeah, Kyle Fletcher, yep."
That was a lot of friction there.
Well, that's
A
good
lot of
storytelling
friction.
because Kyle's gonna need somebody to beat up before he gets to this big pay-per-view match. Kevin Knight will work as cannon fodder with Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah, but at Forbidden Door, they all got to work together.
Well, what I want. So, did Andrade get into it with Don Callis or anybody, or did he sow some seeds? I mean, you have Andrade back on your television.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, he was very
yeah, it's definitely
initiative.
sowing some seeds.
Because he
Yeah.
dropped the New Japan Global title. Andrade's not in the G1. He's back. I want to see some storytelling of Andrade splitting, of it leading to us. I don't care if it's long term, a little bit every week. I want to see some seeds planted, and I want to see Andrade make some moves.
Oh yeah, he's making some moves, man. Yeah, you could tell he came out very last whenever everybody was being announced to the Don Callis family. He came out dead last, didn't he? Didn't he, Josh?
Yep.
So it looked more like I have to be here because I have to.
Yeah,
That's good. That's good. I want that.
yeah. It was very good, and MJF won with a arm breaker.
Oh, the salt of the earth, yeah.
Salt of the earth, yeah. That's what he
Yeah,
won with.
he won that on was it Kyle or was it the other guy?
Roger Strong.
Roderick Strong, yeah. Oh, and also we had another Kyle chant because
Yeah,
Kyle
let's go,
versus
Kyle.
Kyle.
Yeah, let's go, Kyle. Yeah,
Kyle
that shit was
sucks.
Yeah, Kyle sucks. Let's go, Kyle. Kyle sucks. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. What would you give an overall rating for this before the go home show? Because the next Wednesday is going to be a go
No,
home show. So,
the next one will be a go home show. But this this was a build up and finally giving us matches for Forbidden Door, but not a lot of so far. Besides
6
TMDK MS3000, whatever fucking faction it is that Zack Sabre Jr. runs.
How the hell we don't know who TMDK is when they were even in NXT?
Yeah, I know.
They must have been for a cup of coffee because as I don't remember them there.
They were a cup of coffee.
Yeah,
It was not ZSJ though, and ZSJ is not the. They made ZSJ the modern day leader. He didn't even petition for that. The minute they found out Suzuki Gun was broke up, they all ran out when he won, and they were like, "We want you to be our leader." And he's like, "All right, let's fucking go. I'll be the front man."
Yeah, but besides that, and the match with Thekla, there's really not.
There's 6 matches. There's 6 matches.
So 6 matches so far.
Mm-hmm.
And they really need to get some more New Japan and CMLL people out there.
There's
Good
not a
luck.
CMLL. There's not a CMLL match at all.
You have all the New Japan people you could want. Tony Khan stole them, so that's why it's the open door now. It's not
There
the
we go.
forbidden door. You're gonna get like 2 New Japan guys. Yay!
And I think that's why you'll get two AEW guys. Yay!
That's not on New Japan. They only sending who Tony Khan asked for. And like I said, put them on your television if people don't know them. That's on Tony Khan. It all is. Meltzer was trying to sweep, talking about, oh well, they just failed to make a new big star. It's like, no. Why you can't admit they don't have a because everybody they made, Tony Khan took all at one time. Call a spade a spade. They had plenty of people made. He took them all. Nothing you can do there. You got to start over from scratch.
Yeah, he's taking everybody, man. He's taking a lot of people.
Yeah. It's not good for the wrestling business because it's killing the other companies. That's why New Japan sold for so cheap.
$2 million.
Yeah. And they're easily going
Well,
to
is
turn,
that
turn a
well?
profit.
Is that $2 million or that 2 million yen? There's a
The
total difference.
equivalent of 2 million American dollars.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. That's what happens when you lose 3/4 of your roster and your top people over the course of 2 years. That's what happens. So yeah, I'm not very excited about it at all. And it's since Forbidden Door 3, everything's been Forbidden Door has not been show of the year anymore. There is no Forbidden Door. You bringing in, you already have everybody in your company. So what's the point of a Forbidden Door? It's not a Forbidden Door anymore. You broke the door. So and the CMLL will have maskless, faceless guy versus masked, faceless guy. And like Meltzer's screaming, "Oh, Mystical might be cleared in time to come back." Like, bro, are you stupid? Mystical just
Mystico is
fought.
clear.
Mystical
Mystico is
just fought
clear.
it. Yeah, exactly. Mystical just fought in Japan. He can go.
Well, no, I want to say he just wrestled in MLW. That was all tape shows.
That yeah, but we just saw him wrestle live Sunday morning. Yeah, Mystical is fine. Meltzer doesn't know what he's talking about anymore, making up bullshit.
So this is what we got so far for the card. Thekla versus Starlight Kid, Kenny versus Zack Sabre Jr., Swerve versus Osprey, Mercedes Monet versus whoever wins out of Athena and Maya World, the Steel Cage match, Continental Champion John Moxley versus Bandito, and Tag Team Champions Copeland and Christian versus the Dogs.
That's
We got
almost all of that is New Japan people versus AEW. They're just not in the company anymore. Almost everybody you named, from John Moxley to Mercedes to you name it. Almost everybody you named was over there. So that's why your Forbidden Door is ruined. Almost every match had at least one person who was worked for New Japan, and they're in AEW. So you can't have a Forbidden Door when you don't have two sides anymore. So far, ZSJ is the only guy, and Starlight Kid is Stardom, but ZSJ is the only guy who's not on a partnership with AEW or in AEW now. Out of all of that, one.
Well, no, she just lost. She just lost tonight. So,
Mhm.
Suzuki, whatever.
I don't know who
Mercedes.
she. I don't know what company she was in, or I don't even know she's in Stardom. To be honest, with
Suzuki
Yeah,
was in Stardom. Suzuki was in
yeah,
Stardom. Yeah,
you.
yeah.
They obviously kept the big women out of this show, not to go against Mercedes or and Tekla. They obviously kept the big champs and the top women in Stardom. They obviously didn't send them over. Either one of the top two champs or their contenders or anything like that. They sent Starlight Kid because she could take the beating.
You know what? I got a feeling. I think they probably will put the title on Starlight Kid.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I'm going with upsets on this one, just because Tekla was just going hard against Stardom and everything, like basically telling the president of Stardom, "Go fuck yourself," and
That's been her gimmick since she left.
basically she's putting down the whole entire company. And it's like usually when they start doing stuff like that, it's like I think she's gonna drop the title to a Starlight Kid.
Well, you got to look at the history. She physically assaulted the owner of Stardom and knocked that dude flat on his ass, and he went, "You're fired." When the big CMLL 10-on-10 women's match, where it was CMLL versus the world, Thekla was pretty much the main attraction of that match, bitching at her former boss in Stardom while the match with that hour-long women's match went on. So I mean, this has been going. She's the only way she's going to lose is if it's one of the top four women. and they're purposely keeping them away from her right now.
Yep.
And
But,
Thekla
yeah.
was never the top of the food chain. She would have got there. She was not the top woman in Stardom. She
No.
was not. Julia was once the top woman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But no,
Thekla was a mid-card player in a faction, and she finally broke out and came up with a new character and her new look today, which looks way better than what she once did. And all of a sudden, Tony's got her. So it's like, oh, so much for that.
but what would you rate that show at, Josh, tonight?
It's a good build-up show. I give it. It was a good. Not an 8, but I'll give it a solid 7. Give it a solid 7. Yeah, it was a good show.
He gives it a 7.
I was giving it an 8 because of that one match between Hazuki and freaking Mercedes.
Yeah.
And all the other matches weren't bad except for that squash match with Kenny Omega. But it was leading up to have him and ZSJ talk, and then basically ZSJ kicked the microphone back to him. But my personal opinion was that's what made the show an 8. But next week we shall see. But Collision is going to have Y2J and Tommaso Ciampa face to face. Now y'all want to talk about UFC?
Huh?
Y'all want to talk about UFC now?
Sure.
Oh, what time is it?
136.
136.
Okay, yeah, we got enough time. But
Yeah, we need to not.
but another thing I wanted to comment about the show, it was just a weird venue setup. Yeah, it was it looked like the whole entire area was floor seatings.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing elevated really.
Nothing at all. It looked like all 4 seats.
Yeah, it's like I would honestly I would be kind of mad if I went to that show and I had to sit in the back. Yeah, Jordan, if you go back and watch Dynamite, you look at this venue setting, it's like it looked like all floor seatings for some reason. It looked like a theater.
I'm definitely not going back and watch Dynamite.
Well, you don't have to watch the whole thing. Just like watch a couple minutes of it, and you could see it was just a weird venue setup.
Yeah, it was different.
Who knows what y'all know what venue it was?
So, was it in Texas? Ain't it? Houston?
I think Houston.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it. It looked like It looked like some kind of concert view where all the seats were on the floor.
Maybe they went for a smaller venue so they could actually move 2,000 tickets. Maybe the seating was so bad up top they had to block everything out so you couldn't see it.
There was no second floor. Yeah, there was no second floor.
Interesting. They just took a smaller venue, a one-floor hall or ballroom or whatever.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to look up how many people or how many tickets sold for that show, and let's say it's 1,007 or 2,000. 2,000 people on the floor is a lot of people.
Yeah, whatever it was sold out. I can tell you that much. But it was, like I said, it was just weird.
That's interesting. I mean, I don't know if I've seen anything as weird as that golf match. The seating for that, but it definitely made you want to look.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was probably the most outrageous one right there is the golf one, but yeah. So, put it this way, it looked like the way the ring was set up, it looked like they could have pushed the ring out just a little bit to into the crowd where everybody got a view of it, and probably create some more seating in different areas, but. Yeah, it was a weird setup.
It really was, and how they had the ramp and set up and everything like that as well. It was different.
All right. Well, before we
And the
move on,
commentary team was set up on the ramp again.
what
Yeah,
was
yeah, I
set up
haven't
on the
seen that in a
ramp?
while.
What it was?
Commentary was set up on the ramp again.
Oh, well, okay. So they were worried about space and room and all. All right. Might be interesting to check out the venue. I might have to look. But before we move into the next segment, something I've been neglecting to do the past two shows. It's selling time, y'all. Everybody watching, thumbs up in the chat. Smash the living crap out of that like button. I want to see elbows out the wazoo. I don't care if you gotta come off the top rope like Macho Man. If you want to give me a Kyrie Sane, that's fine. She is a great one. I want elbows galore. Smash, like, and subscribe and share if you feel like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you for all that. Yeah. So UFC 250 happened this past Sunday. We didn't talk about it Monday, and now it's Wednesday night, and here we are talking about it. I asked Devin a couple of questions. You missed what, 2 fights, I think?
I missed the first two matches. Sorry, I had to sleep. I finally woke up though. But what I did get to see, yeah, it was good.
Yeah. So you watched 5 out of the 7.
Yeah,
Me and
and I
Josh
was
watched all 7, didn't we, Josh?
Yeah, we watched the whole thing, and well, I didn't catch the very beginning, but I caught like the first fight.
Yeah, he caught the first fight with Diego Lopez and the other guy. And Diego Lopez beat the living hell out of that poor man in the first
thank you,
round.
Monica. Monica
Yeah,
admits that. Monica says that she gave a Macho Man top rope elbow drop to the like button.
She's always subscribed. Thank you, Monica, for being subscribed to us. We appreciate you very
Okay.
much.
Hey, I know
yes,
it might.
baby.
I know it gets.
Thanks for commenting. I'll love you a long time later.
I know it gets. It must be tough having to deliver 3 off the rope elbows a week, and you must be pretty sore. But you're one hell of a trooper.
Yes. Thank you so much. And dude, the whole what you watched, Jordan, what did you take away from it?
You want me to talk about the show as a whole before we get into matches?
Yeah.
I thought Josh had the best quote out of everybody. It was America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the first. I think we need to get in a little bit of the night before, the weigh-ins, the crowd in the park, the amount of people that the media claimed were not going to support this and show up. They were wrong. The eagle flying onto the stage with Black Betty blasting in the background. The jet fly over with all the jets in a row. This was pomp and circumstance and a nice celebration. This was very American. Plenty of world fighters representing all corners of the globe. I love that stuff. I like to see the world represented. I did not go into this card being like go USA or I'm on for one guy. I came in, I wanted to see great action between every man, every one-on-one match on this card. And I was not going to be mad of anybody beating or upsetting or beating anybody. I just wanted great matches. I felt like out of the 5 I saw, I got that. I was never bored. The action was not tie up and hold all the time at all. These were good matches, great matches, referee terrifically good calls. I really don't have any complaints. It was one of the better UFC shows I've ever seen. And I know they had some names, some older people, but it wasn't like it was the most star-studded or biggest names you could get across the board. It was just done right, and that's fine with me. This was a good show and very enjoyable.
Yeah. Yeah. Very. Not that many commercials in it,
Yes,
and
that was what I was getting ready to say that next, but he's right. There was compared to a WWE product or WrestleMania with all the millions and millions and millions of commercials and what feels like a 2 minute match when it's like 6, we did not get that. We had some picture in picture, and it's matched in match, and you had these ads, but it was not an overload. It was not irritating one bit. They got it right. It was done right. I mean, I really have the camera angles were good. The production was good. The setup looked great. I really don't have anything to complain about here.
yeah, I like the fact Mike touched on this when we were watching it, that everybody was training in the Oval Office
Yeah, that was
or
Yeah.
awesome.
warming up in the White House.
Yeah.
They would walk. They would walk short of the last 2 fighters that came from the Hall of the Presidents and walk through the everybody else, the final room they walked through to come out was the Oval Office with the desk removed, and they came out where the president would give an address on the balcony and walk down like that. We had real soldiers, Marines, escorting these guys out. We had some high-ranking people show up and show their appreciation, walking certain people out. It was very well done. It looked good. It felt good. Nothing bored me in the show. Every match was entertaining. I liked all the results, and I got newfound respect for the now former champ. That main event, that guy, man, that guy
Before,
took a beating and he didn't want to stop. And he took a beat, and that guy, I have
And
nothing but the
he
respect for the
kept
Spaniard.
going, kept going.
I have so much respect for that man from Spain. That dude is a warrior. And they didn't want to end the match. The match had to be in. It probably could have been ended the round before, but they didn't want to throw it in. They didn't want to get. And bro, when you get punched and knocked down in the face, and you get kicked in the head, and you keep getting up, because, bro, that's just, it takes some resolve to take those kind of hits and keep getting up round after round, bro. That
Man,
dude, he impressed the fuck out of me, and I don't think you boy, depending on who they put the new champ against. That dude was winded early. That dude doesn't have the best ground game. I think if your boy from Spain would have had the same height as him, the match would have went the other way. I do.
dude's a monster. Dude's a monster.
He
I will
was he
say
was
that.
way,
Dude's a
he was
monster.
shorter and smaller than the challenger, but he was great. If he'd have been the same size as the challenger, I don't think we would have got the result. I don't think the title would have changed hands. I don't. I think your boy won on reach and being able to connect straight on. He just found a way to get straight through, but your boy was so tough. He just wouldn't go. He wouldn't give. Eventually he couldn't see. I mean, he just kept taking the hits, and kept. I'm not done. You know. I got no respect for that guy.
Especially when you hit him in that liver shots, man. Them two liver
When I saw that, I was like, damn, and he still got up. Crazy son of I was like, bro, most people, you don't move, you're on the ground, you can't do anything after a shot like that alone. This dude still got up. I mean,
yeah,
Josh is right. He probably got a couple crack ribs in it.
yeah. That last one, you know, he cracked. He got his ribs cracked. You know he did. You know he did. But he still kept
got
getting up.
I mean, I could go punch, I could go kick or slam somebody in the liver right now. They're gonna fall to the ground paralyzed because their whole body's gonna almost go into shock. There's
And
nothing you
they're
can. You
gonna shit
can't run
themselves.
away. You can't run away. You can't crawl away. You get a good liver shot of somebody, they go down. This dude took a fucking knee to the fucking liver, and after all the beating he took and was blind, and still got up. I got number respect for that fucking dude, bro.
cheers to that man. Cheers to that man. Y'all get into the card.
Oh,
Sure.
All right.
and man,
Yeah,
honestly, there's nothing really much you could say. Almost every card went. I mean, don't get me wrong. Every match was good. Every match was good. No, I ain't got to put no fighters down or anything. Every match was good. But every match went to like either the first round or second round, and that was it.
Oh,
yeah.
we forgot. Well, every match, I missed the first two. Out of the five I saw, like
Yeah,
the third, fourth, fifth, sixth match, all went to the second round. They were
yeah,
all technical knockouts.
yeah,
Um, the main event went to round four, Mike.
Yep.
yeah.
Round 4 or 5. We forgot to mention how awesome the Marine Band was. The Marine Band was awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we got not only were they playing covers of like your boy Hogan came out to Real American like Hulk Hogan. They had one point where they had this lady do a solo where she sang. They had this one point where this guy came out playing like Spanish guitar and sing like the band went off. The band went off.
They even and Josh thought it was a CD version of La Chona. That was the band, Josh.
They actually performed that.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
Yeah,
I, I,
The Marine Band was tremendous.
I'm
played
surprised.
every
I'm surprised Trump allowed it.
They
Wow.
played every song.
Well,
Well,
I
I mean,
mean,
it's UFC.
Why? I really can't go into it without getting political, and we don't do political.
Well, I'm sorry to have to tell you, the biggest news out of this show is political, and we have to talk about it.
Is it wrestling politics?
No, this is
Then,
this is
then,
this is
then it's not. Then it's not. Then it's not. It's not our political.
Yeah, we can't talk about that.
No.
what you mean
We're,
we
we're,
can't? That it happened, and it's the biggest story coming out of there, and
oh,
that's
if it involves an event, okay, I understand that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because there is a
the,
couple
the
things. There's a
internet.
couple
The
things that
internet
happen like
is
that.
the internet is still on fire about it right now. Every post, every blogger, from nobodies to big name people, it has been the most talked about thing since it happened. And
Someday.
we're here removed. This happened Sunday night. Monday
Yeah.
morning, every post on my Facebook was about everything. Not with newsletters, magazines, people commented. Every post was about this, so you can't ignore this. This has been everywhere, and we are now Wednesday, and there's still thousands and thousands of comments of people arguing over this.
Because they don't want it to be true, man. They don't want
Well,
to be
we don't have to take a side, but we do need to report it. The
true.
biggest take.
We will.
Okay.
Let's get into the card and then we'll talk about the politics.
Okay. Well, the
The comments.
comments. The comments.
Okay, we'll talk about the comments, yeah. The first match of the night was Steve Garcia versus Diego Lopez. And Diego Lopez came out into Lachona. And in the second round, he beat the living crap out of Steve Garcia, and Steve Garcia couldn't even get back up. It was
Yep.
bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. They had Diego Lopez losing the first round, which he did. He did. He did not fight very well in the first round. Josh will attest to that. But he was rooting for the guy. He's like, I want this guy to win because he came out with Lachona.
They're like on the White House. I'm like, yes.
You
Yes,
keep making a big to do about that, but Trump has no problems with legal people that are legally established in the country.
Oh no! It wasn't about that. The song itself represents something of political nature in Mexico.
No, no,
It
it's just a dance. It's a dance song. That's it. It's not. It's another political. It's just a dance song.
Oh.
The song basically all the song is about is a girl who just who likes to dance a lot and is like and her man can't control her. That's basically what the song is about.
Well, there's nothing wrong there. There's no reason to block a song like that. It's not like they were. It's not like what happened at the Super Bowl, where in another language we had inappropriate stuff said. So
Yeah.
that was totally uncalled for.
Yeah.
Super Bowl's supposed to be an all ages thing. You can't be talking about fucking broads and all this stuff just because you speak in Spanish. That's not cute.
Oh, you want Bad Bunny?
Yeah, that was not funny at all. And there were a lot of outraged parents that were not happy about it.
Yeah.
Because Spanish is only the second most popular language in this country, most known language. I mean, it's ahead of French. There's English, and not to mention Spanish is one of the most widely used, even though there's different types languages on the fucking planet.
Yeah. Even my woman was very disappointed. She was like, I don't want to watch it. She's not a fan of his music, and she's Spanish. So
Well, there you go. But it was in bad taste what Bad Bunny did. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about.
no. So the next fight was Bo Nickel versus Cal Dawkins, and it was the ginger versus the non-ginger. And me and Josh were like, yeah, the ginger's taking this.
Yeah, I was
Dude,
like,
he beat
it's like the first thing I looked at it, I was like, looking at both, I was like, I'm going for the bloody ginger.
Yes.
I came in at this time, didn't I?
Right after this, you came in. Yeah.
Okay, because I remember Josh talking about it going for a bloody ginger.
Yes. And
Josh was by the way, we watched this show together, everybody watching. Josh was absolutely being the heel, trying to go against everybody who was Team US, and Josh was being an absolute heel this whole show.
Yes.
Yes, and he won a lot of them, man. He won a lot of them.
I think the last three I got stiffed.
Yeah, last year you got stiffed on. But Bo Nickel beat the living crap out of Kyle Dawkins. I mean, it was strike after strike after strike in the first round. He couldn't even get up. Bo Nickel had him on the ground, and the referee's like, "No, y'all stand up." And then Josh is like, "Why? Why are you standing him up?"
I
And,
remember you talking about this.
and as soon as they stood him up, it went. It was over.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like why'd you stand up? Like, come on, go in there, go do good, and like end the shit.
And that's what happened. It was very over and done. And then we had Mauricio Rufy versus Michael Chandler. And this ended in round one. This is when you came in, Jordan. And Rufy beat Michael Chandler in the first round with strikes at 4 minutes and 29 seconds in round one. Chandler couldn't even stand up. He was just
Whoa,
like,
whoa, that was in 4 minutes in round one. He won that. I thought that went to round two.
nah, nah. The
Okay,
next fight went to round two.
all right.
Yeah, the next fight went to round two. That match right there was just brutal. And then we had Josh Hokett versus Derek Lewis.
The man who is the most talked about, most over man in combat
Today,
sports that next morning, and to now because of what he said. And everybody on the planet now knows that dude's name.
oh God,
Yeah,
God Almighty! Then he came out.
the lawsuit that he's gonna get.
He can't.
He can't get sued, man. He can't get sued.
There's people online saying, "Oh, now the Obamas are considering suing." The laugh emojis are insane because the what's the official term for it? If discovery is performed, not only will they lose the lawsuit and be countersued, then a real lawsuit will happen against the Obamas. So, yeah, Josh Hokett made comments that some of us have known for many years, and all of a sudden, the left knows what a woman is. All of a sudden, it's amazing. It's incredible. All of a sudden, they know how to answer the question, "What's a woman?" It's amazing.
But Josh Hokett beat Derek Lewis by beating his ass with strikes at 4 minutes and 9 seconds in round two. And the man came out to Real American.
Well, just the beginning of it is like I am like him out, just
They
like beginning of it. Then the rest was performed by
Yes, yes.
the the Trump band.
Yeah, they used Rick Derringer doing the "I am a real American" before the music hits, just like the real version of the song. But because they did it like that, I don't think they had to pay any money up. And then the band would go on to play the song, not in A, they would play it in E, which I
Yeah.
caught that right away.
Yeah, they played it in different minor, so they had to pay the royalties.
Yeah,
Everything was a little off. Every one of them was off. And then
but
there's
that's allowed when you're a high school band or a marching style band. You can. And the main reason a lot of us change keys of music that's already written is for the singer. That's the main reason we change music. Now, a lot of people like to tune down because they find it makes music heavier. That could be true, but the main reason we manipulate keys and change keys, whether we tune them down or not, is it depends on who your singer, what your singer can do. And if it's too high for them or too low, we change keys. But that's the main reason we manipulate the keys of songs, especially cover music. That's the main reason.
yeah. And then you had Sean O'Malley, the Sugar Sean Show, versus Ayman Zahabi. And dude, this was a fight.
Oh wait, we didn't get to finish saying though. Josh Hokett grabbed the mic and put down. He tried to claim he wanted to fight a guy, and
Yeah,
he started talking about the guy's wife, like he was gonna bear mom. Was it the wife or the mom?
the wife. He said he gonna bang his wife
Yeah.
like a
The
dog.
crowd was more like, oh, they didn't really cheer that on. Well, then he yelled, which obviously these people live under a rock because this is not the first time he said this. He said this before,
Yeah,
not very recently. but he grabbed the mic. He held the mic from Dana, so Dana couldn't pull it away. And he yelled, "Michelle Obama is a man." And
It wasn't
Magic,
him, Dana. That was Joe Rogan.
yeah, it was Joe
And
Rogan.
Rogan,
I'm so,
and Rogan was dying laughing, dude. Rogan was like, "What the fuck?"
yeah, and he already made a statement that he doesn't agree with it to cover the company and all that. Like he wouldn't have said that, but so he said that if you watch by the ring, the military didn't really go off or cheer him up. The 18,000 plus in the park went
Nuts.
when he said that. They lost it and went nuts and cheered their asses off. Now, all of a sudden, everybody who's on the other political side of the aisle of that, all were griping the next day, they've been griping forever. And it's like, okay, y'all realize this wasn't the first time you said, first of all, y'all all said y'all were boycotting the show. Now y'all say y'all think it's disgusting. Now, because you heard it from somebody else. Now you don't realize it's not even the first time you said it. I'm like, now y'all trying to tell us what a woman is because y'all don't know what a woman is. Well, y'all famously don't like to answer the question, what's a woman? Everybody can be a woman. So, but now y'all mad because you said it's a man. So, make it make sense. Make it fucking make sense. And I did watch the Ellen show back in 2014 when the penis and balls were swinging all over. I will say that. I've been having a blast online since Sunday. You can move on, Mike. I have been having the most delightful time of my life in years.
I can't agree with you, Jordan. I can't condone your actions. I can't do any of that because
The views
Hey,
and opinions of Jordan does not reflect the
honest,
views and opinions of Josh and Mike.
that's right. But I did
yeah,
send Mike the picture of the penis and balls, and he went.
yes,
And
yes,
I
you
said,
did.
"What's that supposed to be? Blue mist?
Yeah,
What the fuck? What is that? What is, you could see one testicle hanging lower than the other, and a soft peen, and it's Michelle Obama. So go watch. And no, you couldn't manipulate videos back then in those days, and we didn't have AI. So nice try. Go watch them dancing. It's flopping all over the place. Anyway, all right, we can move on.
Sugar Sean show happened. Sean O'Malley versus Ayman Zahabi, and Sean O'Malley knocked him out with a right hand at 4 minutes and 2 seconds of round number two. Remember that whenever
Yeah.
he turned around and just wop, wop, and dude went down like a sack of potatoes. It was over.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty badass. Pretty badass. And the Cyril Gahn versus Alex Pereira took place, and that ended very easily in round two with a bunch of strikes. And I'm going to be say here because Devin mentioned it earlier, and I watched it, and I went back and watched it again because I thought this match had something that was kind of fishy. I think Herb Dean had a personal vendetta against Alex Pereira because he let the match go on too far. Like he should have called it whenever he went down to one knee and couldn't defend himself in round two, and he let it go on a little bit longer than he called it. But and Jordan was like, "No, you should let it go, let it go, let it go." And I went back and watched it. In my personal opinion, I think Herb Dean had a little personal vendetta. He's like, "Yeah, just see how well you get rocked. See how well you can stay well with this guy," and he didn't stay with him. So my personal opinion was 30 seconds into this round, it should have ended instead of 90 seconds. And Pereira took offense to this match too. Like he's like, "Dude, why didn't you call it sooner?" And then the main event was Justin Gaethje versus Ilya Tapora, and we talked about this numerous over the corner over the.
Yeah, it was a great main event.
It was a main event, dude. It was what it was. I mean, you had a guy going there undefeated, 17-0 versus Justin Gaethje, and Gaethje is.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't care for Gaethje that much. I think it's the best UFC main event I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's one of them for me, man. It's one of them. Tapora took the second round with a busted eye socket.
Yes,
he took the second round. He did, and the first and third and fourth rounds he lost, but he stood there and he fought his ass off.
I kept getting up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't just stand there. The dude took brutality. The face was so beat up he eventually couldn't see. The nose was busted. It was huge. You know he couldn't see. Freaking needed the dude kept getting the fuck up. It was just that. I have nothing but respect for that dude.
Yeah, it's like a modern day Rocky.
That was my comment. I said that. I said he's like a modern day real life Rocky Balboa, only it's real. And he's not ready to quit. He wants to go.
Now, I have a question for you. What would you rate this show out of like 1 to 10, or yeah, what would you rate it at, Jordan?
I don't want to make anybody zesty, or I know there's been some classic UFC in the past and different eras and some big Hall of Fame names. But for a UFC, even though I didn't get to see the first two fights, I'm giving this for as far as the UFC goes and the presentation, production, everything, the sights, the scenery, fireworks in the end. I told you we'd get fireworks. I'm giving it a 10.
Okay, Josh, what would
It
you?
was the most enjoyable. We have gotten UFC. I have waited for main events and people talking shit. I have watched with hundreds of people live in places. We either disappointed or we're like, oh, that match sucked, or he didn't win, or this. This was the most enjoyable as a whole UFC show I've ever seen.
What about you, Josh? What do you rate it at?
Um, and all I give it a 9. Give it a 9. Uh, I had a blast. I mean, really, there's not that much to complain about.
You can
Uh,
nitpick.
huh?
You can nitpick all you want, man.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was only just like little bits of things, but I think the one was what you call it, saying that comment, and they're like, okay, you could think what you. I don't know. Is this?
It was uncalled for. I would
Yeah, it
say.
was. Yeah, I think that's more. I know there's been rumors of over years, but it was kind of uncalled for. Like,
Okay,
why?
well,
It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not like she's running for office.
by that logic, was it uncalled for when Jerry Lawler called the Goldust what he called him, or when he spoke to the ECW crowd saying what he said?
What do you
Was
call
it
it?
uncalled, was it uncalled for when Bubba
You're gonna
Ray
have
and
to refresh me
Devon,
on Gold Dust, man, because there was so much stuff.
he called him a fruit the hard way to the camera? I mean, this is what you heard was a wrestling promo, a UFC promo. They want more of that. That Conor McGregor as a character. This is part of this is the sports entertainment here. His whole point, and he's playing. People have come on saying that Hogan has two characters right now, and they're debating his. Because some people are like, we're not sure what he wants to be. They're looking at him like a wrestling character, and this was being debated across sports shows Monday and Tuesday, and all kind of. Some people were
Well,
like yay, some people were like nay. But what I'm saying is comments like or let's talk or Jim Cornette. That guy's so desperate. It's like he's riding a bike through Ethiopia with a bucket of chicken on his back. I mean, was that really bad, or is that or Bobby Heenan? Making his sideways. It was any of that uncalled for, or was that when the sport was good?
Well, I mean, times have
well,
changed. Lots
yeah,
of
times have changed. Like, yeah, that comment. If it was like 80s and then into the 90s, yeah, it would have got it would have slipped through the cracks right there. But as of now, it's like I mean, and also it was kind of it was really it was just uncalled for. It was like, why?
Mhm.
That's what he's going with. Like I said, this is the second time he said that, but that's what he's going with. So it got him the attention. The guy now is going to be featured
He
harder.
wants the heat.
Yeah, yeah. The whole thing was done to where now the world knows this guy's name. Now some people, the people that don't like him, want to see him get his ass kicked. The people that do like him, he's 10-0 now, undefeated. All he did was kind of like Conor McGregor's first pro. This was his Austin 316. I just whipped your ass moment. That was
No, it
this for
was
Josh
not.
Hawk.
No,
Mhm.
it was not.
Yeah,
This was.
because he is over as Rova now. All the comments that I
Oh, he's
I
over. Oh, his
I,
over, but the one
oh
before
no,
this,
I don't see him supporting a shirt that says Michelle's a man 316. Okay, it is not that kind of promo. This was straight up like
propaganda.
propaganda, disrespect, insulting.
Austin
Yeah,
invoked the thing that people fight about in wars to this day.
The Bible.
Austin invoked religion into his. It doesn't
Yeah.
get more hardcore than that, and that's the whole reason countries like Iran give us trouble and hate us. You don't get more personal than a religious debate and a
Well,
religious war.
yeah.
yeah, but
Yes, it's very we are very much on the same page
yeah,
here.
but at the same time, do you see T-shirts being made out of this?
I
No.
could see him wearing, unless the UFC TKO tell him don't. I could
Yeah,
see him
yeah,
coming
yeah.
out. I could see
I,
him coming out with a T-shirt about her or some kind of slogan. I could see it if they let him get away with it. He will.
Yeah. He will.
no.
He'll wear, dude. Josh Hogan wore a shirt at his previous fight that says, "I fight with the red, white, and blue. Fuck you."
Different circumstances than both of the things we're talking about. But I don't think you putting enough stake into what Austin 316 really meant, and the people took it and ran
Yes,
with it.
I know what it really meant. I was
Yeah,
there. I
dude.
watched
Everybody
it.
remembers.
Okay, but I
Everybody
don't think
knows
you
what it meant.
understand the religious implications,
It,
which
Dude,
is
no,
because it was a J.
this
It wasn't
has
really
nothing to do
about
with
the
that.
religion. It
This
wasn't
has
really
nothing
about
to
the
do, but
religion.
yeah, this has nothing to do with religion. This was a straight up insult.
mentioning anything religiously the way Austin did should have got him heat, but everybody was more like, "Oh my God, he just said that." But they went with it. I mean, there's nothing more insulting than insulting. You could tell me I'm pink, brown, and tan. You could call me whatever you want. You start when you and maybe y'all aren't heavily religious, but the majority of the world is. You only heard almost every fighter from the show that won thank the man upstairs. You could call me a liar all you want. Almost all of them did. The
Yeah.
major- the
Well,
reason we have
man,
short of the of Russia and Ukraine, every other war going on is religion based.
well, you really can't say that because anybody that wins an award is that they do one of two things: they thank God and they thank their mama.
Or they think they're a significant other.
Or yeah, the third
Yeah,
significant
but
other,
what I'm
and
saying
that's a
is
third,
you're under if you,
and that's very low. But the first two are always God and Mama. That's it.
Yeah.
that's great. But anytime you invoke in a negative way anything religious, it usually causes trouble.
But he
Austin got
didn't do
lucky.
anything. But he didn't. Well, Hogan didn't do anything religious. What
No,
he
what he
did
did
was
was under what Hogan said was criticize one person, not a religion. So it's actually what Hogan did is actually under that level. That's what I'm trying to
yeah.
get through to y'all, and y'all
He
don't
went for
understand
the
that
low
because y'all
hanging
are not
fruit.
big religious people.
He went for the low hanging fruit.
Oh, that's a true story. The low hanging fruit. You did it, Mike. You did it. It's all on you. You did it.
But I
You did
mean,
it.
he went for the low hanging fruit, man. I mean, he went for the
He
Hogan.
went for the plums, baby.
He went for that, dude. I mean, he's known for that. Hell,
Yeah, but he
could have.
he got himself over because of it too. Like everybody was talking. Monday when I woke up, all I had to do was scroll and scroll and scroll. Didn't matter if it was you can't believe what he said or listen to what this guy said or this piece of garbage. Everything on my feed, everything. I'm not talking about just people on. I'm talking about content creators, USA Today, news outlets,
ESPN. Yes.
everything. He said what he
ESPN.
said to garner worldwide attention, and he did it.
Yeah, and ESPN were like, I can't believe he said that. This piece of garbage. And that was Stephen A. Smith. But Stephen A. Smith is also he's very pro
Yeah,
Obama.
he's on the other side.
But
Yeah,
and I understand that. I get it. But
right. This is America. Everybody's entitled to their
in their
opinion, their
opinion,
freedom of expression, and you can believe whatever you want to believe.
yes.
Yeah, but
But
at the same time, it's like I'm looking at it this way: you're talking about a situation about a president that hasn't been in office in
8 years,
eight,
12 years.
9, 10 years. 10 years.
Officially by face.
No, because because when Trump
Trump
won,
didn't.
that's 4. Biden
And Biden
4,
got
and
back
and that
in, which
we're into the second year of Trump, so that's
yeah,
about 10 years.
just before 2 years ago, you don't think the former vice president, the former VP, and his family and you don't think they were all in cahoots making decisions when they play for the same team and were both president and vice president? Sure, sure, sure.
But that is the
And this is
first
why we
time.
don't discuss politics.
Well, this
It's,
whole
I
this
will
whole
say this.
UFC fight was about politics, and the
I
whole
will
thing
say this. I will
was
say this, and I'll
this
leave it
was at the
alone.
White House for President Trump's 80th birthday. And before everybody wants to lie, everything is paid for by UFC, even the grass repair, because the minute they take everything down, everybody was gonna rush to take pictures. Look how bad the grass, the poor grass. Yeah. Dana White already said we're covering everything. Shut the fuck up.
The thing is, after all that, last presidential, the last president before Trump became back in power, that is the first time we ever had a female vice president.
Ooh.
Kamala Harris.
Oh, come on. Yeah. Well, that was Biden. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the worst. Honestly, that was the worst decision to have her. It's Biden stepped down. That was. You know what? No. We're calling it. We're calling it. No more
Yeah,
politics
Josh
talk.
is right.
No.
And I'll have no problems explaining why Josh is right. And this is to be fair to that side. They
Yeah.
should have never, instead of
Son of a
forcing
bitch.
her to
I'm
get the
sorry.
nomination, they should have let their side vote on who they wanted. And you know what? That's the second time that's happened against Trump, and he won. Because the first time, Bernie was going to win, and they fixed the numbers and they put it all on that one woman that cheated for Hillary, which, yeah, of course they were going to do that. But that's the second time a woman technically got screwed because they screwed him over against
Mhm.
Trump. That's the second time. It's like, you think they learned that they thought people were magically just going to go. Half the people that don't care for Trump or like him, weren't voting for her because they were like, we didn't get a say so, and she ain't ready. So half the world was just like, we got to go with who knows what they're doing, even if they didn't like Trump. That's why the
Yeah.
landslide was so massive. But I mean,
Yeah.
Trump. The main reason Trump won was the increase of Black and Hispanic votes. That's a fact. It was just they all went. I mean, the Hispanics were like, he's the guy on God's side. The other team doesn't care about that. We agree with that. And the Blacks were like, Trump's a real, you know what? He's a real brother. They were like, he's
But
gangster. He's one of us. That's why the vote swung
the
that way.
dude has what? How many felonies does he have and still president?
Yeah. I saw a video of a maximum security prison. You can't see anybody, but you can hear them, and they're all listening on the radio. And when they announced that he won the presidency this time, all the blocks, they were going nuts, like a P Diddy acquittal or like an OG acquittal. They were going nuts. They went ape shit.
Anyway, no more politics. I'm done.
Okay.
No more. No more.
We
All
had
right.
to though. We had to because you can't lie. This UFC show was all about politics. We just for a closing note.
It was. It
This
was.
was
Close
this
your
was for
notes.
Trump's 80th birthday at the White House. This was and it was U.S. fighters versus the world with all the soldiers, the Marine band. This was just to end on this. It was political. It was. It wasn't about a side. It was about trying to celebrate America's birthday but it was a political event with fighting. And if you go back through history, the oldest form of entertainment we had was combat sports in the Coliseum and all this. This is that nothing has changed. History always repeats itself. And on a closing note about this, nothing bad. Just like everybody's soft today and everybody's all inclusive and all of this, one day I think we're going to be old men. We won't be dead yet. The world will reverse again, just like Gen X in the 90s. And everybody's going to go the extreme asshole the hard way again. And the soft, wussy shit's going to be that's going to be the parents' shit, and the kids are going to be like, "Fuck that," and they're going to lose. It's going to become wild like the '90s again. Before I think it'll be before we die, but it's gonna. History always repeats itself. It's going to go back and forth. It's
I
the
know there's
one day.
like, I know there's the young crowd is like, when is Gen X going to be taken over? It's like, you don't want us taking over. Are you fucking kidding me? We'll push that fucking button so goddamn fast.
Yeah, I mean, and we are up. It's coming, but it's coming. But eventually, you're gonna with all of this generation that's doing what they're doing now. That's gonna be the parent and grandparents' way, and the kids are gonna say, "All right, we're gonna do the most revolting, disgusting, nastiest shit we can." And that's gonna become the norm again in the future. And then it'll rotate again and again, but eventually everybody turns on what they see the most or what's in their face the most. They go the opposite way. This happens every so many generations. And one day it will happen. I just hope I'm old enough to live to see it. But one day it's gonna all reverse. It's gonna become like Crash TV in the '90s again. It's gonna be
I hope
how
so.
wild can you get? How outrageous can you be? It's
I
gonna
hope
it's
so.
gonna go the opposite. It's gonna be as offensive. Let's see how offensive we can get versus let's all sing kumbaya and shake hands like it's the '60s, like they're doing right now. And you can be whatever you can be. You can identify as a toaster. That's fine. And
All,
you can be a piece of bread. That's fine. Like right now.
all,
What
all, all, I- all I know is that the next president's gonna have a tribal armband for a tattoo.
Yeah.
That's another thing with the pop. That's a big trend right now. Everybody has to have tattoos right now. I can't stand a woman full of tattoos in a sexual way. I can't. I'm not into it. Doesn't turn me on. I'm like, you look like a fishnet, or you look like some worn out property that's been through 25 dudes. No, you're not. You're not making my dick hard. No, you look worn, like you have 5 kids and you're on child support. And no, that you don't turn me on. You look like trailer park trash. Yeah. So yeah, you're not getting this dick. Sorry. Let's stay away from my silver.
Stay with my silver.
Yep. What silver? What silver? That's what I see a bitch like that. What silver? I don't know about that. What that looks like? What color that is?
Purple. It's
Mm-hmm.
purple, man. It's purple. Everything's purple. Anyway, gentlemen, y'all have anything to show tonight?
Wednesday for me. I'm not showing shit.
Yes, I got some stuff to show. I got some stuff to show.
Take the stream down.
All right. Another comic I didn't get a chance to show off that I picked up at that. Cool! I just won Blizzard of Oz. Yes, thank you.
You're
I'm
bidding
working.
on. He's bidding on Coleco. All the shows going on.
Hey,
Yeah,
I just won Blizzard of Oz for $10.
On an OG.
Yes.
What condition?
Well, the cover's pretty bad, but the vinyl's good.
PG.
VG.
Yeah.
I figured that. Okay.
So,
For $10. Yeah.
also, I picked this up for $8, even though it says 10. I picked it up for 8. Star Wars Zero. It's part of the Dark Horse run. I don't have this in my collection, so
It's a throwback to the actual Star Wars
Yeah.
one from Marvel.
yeah,
So,
a little bit. More or less the poster.
mhm.
Yeah. It very
No,
much has the old
no.
image
I'm
look.
talking about Marvel #1 from Star Wars. That's the same exact cover.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's close.
I can run downstairs and grab you Marvel #1. All right.
It's close. It's close.
All right. I got
Come
some
on.
vinyl. And speaking of Ozzy,
Diary of the Man.
yep, Diary of Madman, and this is an OG 81.
Nice.
Let me see, Santa Maria Press.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that at all.
So yeah, so I got that, and this one is Iron Maiden.
He's jumped ahead of me. He's got one more maiden than I do.
Ooh, he's showing an Overkill album.
Which one?
It's an all green.
Come on,
Cover
almost
album.
half of overkill shit's green. That's their color. Come on, John.
I'll tell you the name once they get to it. All I know is that it's a picture disc too.
If Overkill and Typo Negative ran the world would be green.
It's
True.
got a swirl mark on it or something.
Yeah.
One of the songs, it's only got 2 bonus songs on the back of it.
Josh is currently holding one of the jukebox in the old days of CDs and
Miss
vinyl.
Misery. Oh, it's a single. It's a single. It's a single. It's a 12-inch single.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Josh is holding one of the all-time jukebox albums right there.
There you go. Janis Joplin's greatest hits. I mean, can't go wrong with that. It's got
No,
all
you
their
can't.
hits on there.
That was in every jukebox in every bar when I was running around. We still had like not the digital
Oh
jukebox.
no! It's White Devil Armory. White Devil Armory.
All right, that's more modern.
Yeah.
That's 2012 or after. And speaking of jukebox,
Jimi Hendrix greatest hits.
Yeah.
I just picked up Smash Hits,
yeah,
and basically all those ones that are Smash Hits are on this one, but with like about 6 other ones.
right.
So,
Which both of those were in every jukebox back in the day, just like CCR's greatest hits.
Oh, is it for $1 bid?
Patient number 9.
patient number 9, and this is the blue and yellow split vinyl. So all the it's like it seems like patient number 9 came in so many different colors.
Yes, it did.
And Chad had like 4 of them.
Yeah.
And I typed down $30 and just pick me a color.
So you have the official Ukraine. You have yellow and blue.
Yeah, I'm assuming so.
It probably means 50% is gonna be yellow, 50% blue, which is actually gonna look pretty good.
Yeah. It's not open, so it's sealed. So
If it says swirl, it won't be. If it says just blue and yellow, it's probably half and half.
Yeah. So I've been hunting on for this vinyl for a while.
What you got?
Purple rain. Purple rain.
Still the best halftime show in the NFL history.
Yep. Yeah, and who was the teams in that halftime or in that show?
It don't matter.
I'm guessing the Bears win there.
Yes. The
They
Bears
didn't win.
and Bears versus the Colts.
And they didn't win though.
Yes, but hey, they may not have won, but to this day, what is the one thing they'll still talk about that happened in that game? Devin Hester's touchdown.
I remember the 06 to the 07 game from the 06 season when y'all lost to the Colts again in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's that one.
But you know what's awesome? Don't worry about it.
They don't talk about it. They don't talk about the Colts winning, but the Colts won. I ain't gonna knock that. But the one thing they still talk about to this day is Devin Hester's touchdown at the beginning of the Super Bowl.
Well, don't worry because we took care of the Colts for you. The Colts for y'all in 09 when we destroyed them and won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all heard that sad yeah right there, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got this is Pink Floyd The Wall.
Nice.
So I picked this up for $5.
What's wrong with it?
Honestly, the only thing I looked at the albums and the vinyl itself. Vinyl looks great. The only thing that looks jacked up is the cover.
I'm trying to figure out why. I mean, normally beat up Rick Pink Floyd, he's trying to sell for 15 or 20, so that's unusual.
Yeah, I mean, it said start. It said start at 5 or 10, and like I said, I once I got it, that was the first thing I looked through. Is I looked through the vinyl, and I didn't see nothing
I hate
really.
to tell you this, there has to be. They must have played in there's plenty pops and crackles or something for $5 or $10.
So like that, and
because Chad is a tight ass.
Lenticular cover. Oh,
and I got this one for I think $10 off because it has a seam split.
Okay, he got his hangover music. That's That really is a good. When you want to listen to something that's not full blown in your face, or you have
Uh-huh.
a hangover, that is a good album to listen to.
It's Stoner Rock.
It's really not. It's acoustic, but plugged in. It's the majority of it's acoustic guitar with full band and a
Yeah.
little bit of leads, but it's not a heavy blast. It's what it says it is. It's pretty much an album. If you like Black Label or you wake up with a hangover the next day and you don't want to have the loudest in your face fucking battering ram or a song like that, you'd put over
Yeah.
hangover music.
Yeah. All right. And oh, I don't know if I ever really showed this, but I got this on the show too.
Nice. Machine Head.
I saw you
Yeah.
wearing that.
Yeah, I
So
seen you wearing it.
and that's it. That's all I got.
Tell you
That's
what,
it.
I'll show off one thing that I got. I'll show you. I'll show this off.
Oh
This
Lord.
all right. I am out of room on my record tower, and I'm like, I needed some crates, so I went to Walmart. Guess what? Not only were all the crates sold out, the crates they had this lining on the inside where an album couldn't fit. I went to get an album from the department, and I was like, this is some fucking bullshit. And they wanted like I don't know, it wasn't a $5 crate. They wanted a little more. But anyway, I paid what did I pay for this? I paid 20 something bucks, but I needed another one. But it actually looks pretty cool. This one holds up to 75, but check out that nice wooden look.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's got handles and I could put on it folds out. It's not like it's kind of got that it's not like cardboard, but it's what I don't know if you call that particle,
Parkable.
cheap particle. I don't know. But anyway, I needed one and they had this, and I was like, you know what? I said that'll work for now until I can get some $5 crates. But I was like, I'll buy this and put this up because I'm running out of room. I got albums all over the place now.
Once you get like that IKEA bookshelf.
My problem is though, my house is so old and the way it was made. I really don't have. I would just build shelves, but I really don't have the. I would have to take an entire room somewhere in the house and turn it just into that. And then I'm like, well, where and what room and all. I'm like, this is getting ridiculous. I'm like, some crates for now at least would help. But I got that, so that'll put away 75. So I should be able to clear out what I do have without get some weight off of this fucking thing that don't want to turn and it's falling apart on me trying to turn it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. What the
Uh-huh.
hell? Monica was saying something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how you. All right. That was on some other topic. It doesn't matter. Anyway, that's it for me. Mike, it's on you, bro. Do you
Well,
spiel, Nick?
uh-oh.
Mike kicks himself out. Oh, I bet you his computer might have refroze or restarted. So I don't know if he'll be able to come back in. So I think maybe we ought to end the show for him if he doesn't show up in the next 5 to 10 seconds.
Uh-oh.
He threw his hands up, so probably he's not gonna be able to get back in, or it's gonna take him 10 minutes. His computer probably just decided to go stupid.
All right. Anthony. Okay. Anthony has a comment. He says, "Hey Jordan, do you have enough money to do a storage unit for all your records, so you can clean it out to create more room?"
Dude, okay, Mike made it back. We live. Anthony, I had two trailers, two single wide trailers on my property, a garage and a cornhouse, all full of stuff my mom used to collect before I threw it away. I have storage out the ass. The problem is I got a lot of stuff, but
Yeah.
and I still cleaned a lot of that out. But I mean, I've got room. I just have to decide what room or where in the house or what I want to do. But I wouldn't need to go buy a storage unit. Uh,
I guess
Monica
you
says, I'm going to need one of those soon because I am amassing a collection thanks to you and Josh. Monica means she's going to, Monica, if you want to get one of these, you could I have one built. It's full. It comes in black, but they have this wooden looking one. You can get this at Walmart. They're about, I'm gonna tell you about $25, and you just fold it out and put it together. It has a lid, so you don't get your dust on them. There's handles you could carry them, and I don't know if this one come. I don't think this one comes with it. The other one I have comes with A to Z white cards, so you could actually alphabetize your shit and separate them. And that one doesn't hold 75 either. But that one comes with cards, so you can go to Walmart and take a look if you want something like that and don't want to spend $1 million. Welcome, Anthony.
Hey
Welcome
guys,
home, Mr.
what's
Banks.
up?
You here?
Hey,
Hey, hey.
Thought you were sick for a minute there, Anthony.
No, I swallowed. I was eating a piece of cheese before I got on, and it went down the wrong pipe.
Ah, okay. At least it wasn't a fly. You're doing all right, Steve Urkel.
Hey, hey. So Jordan, you said you do. Do you still have the single wide trailers, or did you sell them?
I still have the one that was in the best shape, and I threw away a lot of unnecessary stuff, but I still have that. But you got to realize my house is like three houses connected, so I just have to decide what and where. But
Oh, you have duplexes?
no, it's the way my original house was built in like 1929, 1930 by my grandpa, and then they added on, and then they added on. So
yeah,
I've got a bunch of rooms and shit. So
yeah,
I
like
just got to decide what goes where.
yeah. Me and Mike been to his house, so yeah, we could contest it. It's like you could
It's true.
tell where where one part of the house was built, and then another a part of it was added on, and another part was added on, and
Yeah, it's
so
nice.
it's a nice setup.
Is it like? This is an honest question. I know down here in Florida, most of the architecture is influenced by Spanish architecture and stuff like that. Is most of the architecture in terms of houses and stuff more French, or do you
Not
have a lot of?
not where I live, but they went. Josh got to go downtown NOLA for the first time. NOLA was burnt years and years ago, but the way the history goes is the French had the French. That's the French Quarter. All of that. The French had it first. Then the Spanish came in and took it. Then France kind of got it back. But a lot of the architecture you see actually has a heavy Spanish downtown in the ornaments
Yeah,
and ornate and into the ironwork and all of that. The fleur, you know what a fleur de lis is, Anthony?
Yeah, I know what that is because I've seen it on the show NCIS New Orleans,
Right.
like the
And it's just the
flower.
Saints use it, yeah. But it was actually the reason it's all over Nola in the artwork is because it was a certain slave owner from France. That was his mark to identify his property. So which I'm amazed that no wussy people griped and made the Saints drop the fleur de lis because of what it means. But it was actually a marker on your slave of this owner's slaves. But the fleur de lis is on. You look all over downtown. You're gonna see fleur de lis, whether it's in ironwork on a balcony or wherever. But I'm shocked that they made us change the name of Dixie Beer. Benson's wife, Gail Benson, caved in, which is stupid because now nobody buys it because nobody wants to buy a beer called Fallborough. I mean, I never knew Dixie was gay in my. I always thought the Mason Dixie line was Dixie, but yeah, very dumb move. And now half the stores don't carry it. And you can't. I used to drink Dixie. Dixie was lovely, especially when they put the recipe back like the old one. But yeah, I'm surprised the fleur de lis is still a thing with how sensitive people are today in its history, and all the players and everybody wears it, and the Saints and all. But that's the real history of how the fleur de lis. It was a very wealthy man from France, and his crest of his family and how he marked his slaves were the fleur de lis.
I forgot. I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember his name. He was a bit. He was a big like politician in France or something like that, and he became the first governor or like the founder of.
I can't.
Of
I didn't do all my history on their country and what happened there, but the dude was big shit for his time. And if you ever come to New Orleans, you're not just gonna see fleur de lis on billboards and signs. You're gonna see it in the iron raw work, and it's gonna be in buildings and designs. It's all over the fucking place.
yeah,
Stained
no,
glass
unless
everywhere.
I'm thinking of like maybe Lafayette and Baton Rouge. That's more like purely French, like in the architecture and stuff like
Not
that.
really, man. Not really. Because there's a town, Lafourche Parish is next door to where I live, and they have what looks like a mini New Orleans downtown. their architecture and the way they have about 4 or 5 streets compared to New Orleans, many streets, but it looks just like your downtown NOLA. You go over there, the buildings, the design, it just looks like a smaller version of NOLA, and that's where all the college bars used to be, and where the women drink free on Thursday, and all the dudes go outside and fight drunk and all that stupidity. Like that's what it was known for. And before that, years before that, great concerts when rock was in and all of that. Before like the late '90s, you would go see a bunch of cool bands out there, and like from Acid Back to Zebra. It was the entertainment spot. Much safer to go there for Mardi Gras than NOLA and get shot or get a roll of quarters in the eye. A lot safer to go there for Mardi Gras.
Oh yeah, 100%. You
Yeah.
got anything? You got anything you want to ask us or anything, Anthony?
Oh, you guys were talking about TNA earlier. I
Mhm.
forgot to ask actually, like outside of Raven, of course, and BG, who seem very intelligent, is there anybody who you would want them to bring in that's not like from the wrestling, but like that I understand these wrestlers, why these wrestlers go into booking, but sometimes just because you've been in the business as long as they have doesn't necessarily mean they can work. Like
Hey,
the perfect example of this are the the butthole bucks.
Oh man.
I was gonna say a great example of hit and miss being a booker, and especially when he misses hard, is Michael P.S. Hayes.
I think Michael's just out of touch.
That's very true as well. But him and
Yeah.
Pritchard love to, and Pritchard was never really a wrestler, but they love to go by Vince, go by the book, go by the way he did things, and they think it's a success, and it's not.
Did they have the same like? Because I see a little bit of humor from Vince and those two guys when they do booking, like the poop jokes and stuff like that.
That's Bruce is a damn near Bruce Pritchard is a damn near carbon copy of Vince McMahon's mind. He purposely decided to look when Vince wouldn't be around or he had to take over. Okay, what would Vince like? How would Vince do? He is a complete carbon copy of Vince.
Yeah.
I'm sure, honestly, to me, I'm surprised a guy like Triple H when he took over the creative. Surprised he didn't move on from Vince.
Triple H
Bruce, I
will
mean.
brag to you that he learned almost everything he knows from Vince.
Yeah.
But he doesn't like to me when I look at Triple H and how he books. He's not like Vince at all. When you look
It's
at it,
different. It's different, but in a I want to say in a good way, but I know the product today is not on as far as it was even a year ago, or I mean, just booking it creative. But like
TKO's
when he
getting
ran
involved
Black
in the
and Gold
booking.
NXT, he did a great job. He was like, I think he felt the competition. It was smaller, you could handle it. When
Yeah.
you get into these bigger things, and you got more than one show, and you got to manage all the live TV and like Raw and SmackDown, all that, bro. There comes a time when you can't get it. That's why you need other people. It's the same thing with Tony Khan trying to run the whole show by himself, short of the camera work.
The thing was with Triple H is like once Vince McMahon stepped away, and then when he started taking over, everything started going up. Then Vince McMahon came back, and that's when it kind of started going declining. Then Vince McMahon made that deal with TKO, and then the scandal happened, and they forced McMahon out,
Yeah, and this
which
is
which
where
which
I
gave
feel the residual.
which
For
gave
me
Triple
with
H.
Triple H, I
Yeah.
understand the criticisms, but I feel there's still residual effects from Vince still before Vince got fired. I think this is still residual stuff from his booking and stuff like that.
I think that now that TKO is in control, they make more money than ever. All they're told coast. They're
Yeah.
on autopilot because you don't. It's just like when WCW and ECW went down or went to WWE. They didn't have to make the greatest stuff. All you have to do is coast when you don't have competition. AEW is not competition to WWE. There's a
High
big
level
difference
indie,
in money.
high level indie. I've been saying this, and the sickos don't want to hear it.
Oh no, the sickos don't want to hear it at all because everybody wants, even if they didn't live through it, everybody wants to create the Monday Night War we grew up with in the 90s. And you know what? It's never gonna happen again. Why is it never gonna happen again? It's not because of creative. It's not because a new company could come along and really be WWE. It's because television and media does not work the same way it once did. In back in the day, you had Raw and you had Nitro. We didn't even have the other shows. You had weekend shows that were whatever. You didn't have to watch another mainline wrestling show in the week. You focused on your 2 hours of television. That's how when it all started, and they were directly against each other. They both had top names. I mean, there was it's and you had to watch the television live, or you didn't know what was going to happen. You couldn't just DVR back then. You had to watch primetime cable to
Now,
watch these
And
shows.
not everybody could afford cable back then either.
Oh well, we couldn't. I didn't have it for years. I
Oh
got
no
it
no no
right at
no!
the
But
right
what I'm
time.
saying like only a select people could afford cable. In general, cable was very expensive back then.
I
no,
find
no,
streaming and television.
you're talking about like 80s, early 90s. Yes, it was very expensive, but when you start getting to the late 90s, when the Monday Night Wars started happening, that's when
Yeah.
that's when people started needing to have cable.
Yeah, cable became the norm in that era. Like you had, if you didn't have cable,
When did
sort of,
DirecTV and satellite come?
Oh,
or all satellite came out at that time, but it was famous for, all right, the weather fucks up, your show is going to be fucked up. You know, you're going to have issues, and it was satellite was expensive. The modern satellite dishes like we have today, not the big one in your yard that was like long taller than us, not those
yes.
days.
A buddy of mine had one of them. His dad bought one, big ass satellite dish. It was like it was like a monument in
Yeah,
Chicago because this thing was in the air with a big ass saucer.
and
So and he got channels from Russia and Spain and France and all
yeah,
that.
it was. They were insane. I knew one person that had one, and it was next to a farm. My mama's family had out west, where your nearest neighbor was 4 miles away. And I was like, "Well, this is the right place for it because there is no cable out here." You know, they had a. When I was growing up, my grandparents had the big box TV everybody had in the living room on the floor, and you could catch like two channels with static. And they had the oldest VCR. You had to put the tape in and push it down like a Nintendo. The old VCR, like a Polaroid. And that was because the kids at the time, like Batman '89, had come out, and the mama had bought it for one of the kids as a gift, and they had to have a VCR. But that was it. And you went out in the outdoor kitchen. You had a black and white TV that caught one channel with cowboy westerns in black and white and some foil on an antenna. That's what my grandpa had now.
That,
Hola,
that,
hermano. I'm
yeah,
talking about.
that's why sometimes you hear me yelling at Phil, man. It's like, hey, go chase that pig with the fucking rabbit ears for aluminum foil ears and everything.
Yeah, I can't remember where I saw this, but I was reading our update on the reports of for the SIA buying New Japan and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and I was seeing that they might be cleaning out the roster. They might like clean out the leadership of and put people that they want ahead of New Japan and take out Tanahashi and stuff
They
like that.
eventually they could. That's very possible. The plan is right now, and they've said it as of now. They're leaving things as is. But a shy TV and Cyber Agent really put on. We talked. I don't know where you were Monday. We covered all of Dominion and the production.
Oh,
The
I forgot. I've been dealing with family issues. My grandmother was in the hospital after a horrible fall in the grocery store.
oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry to
I'm
hear
sorry
that,
to
man.
hear that, man.
She had a multiple brain bleeds and stuff like that.
Oh, that's terrible, bro. Sorry to hear that, man. Best wishes to you, Grandma.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but like back to what I was saying. I feel that this is where people are not paying attention. Maybe WWE can find a way to convince a shy TV to maybe fix the contracts to where they can end them early for like Bolton and Oscar, so they
Well,
can.
there is talks. I mean, it's been confirmed that with TKO and WWE success, their next markets they are looking at are the UK and Japan. They want a foothold in both, Now they are currently using in Japan. The streaming service they're currently using is owned by Cyber Agent. That deal's coming to an end because they're going to go with Netflix Japan, which makes sense for them. But there's a lot of talk that with the way things are going, that WWE might want to try to cut a deal with some of the. I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see, but there are talks.
I don't honestly. WWE needs to move away from England and Japan because those those markets culturally are not going to allow foreigners to go in there and
The
stuff like that.
fans will pay and go to these shows. They
Yeah,
will, but
yeah, I mean,
the market itself doesn't want them. But the fans will. You put a WWE show in Japan, it will sell out. People will go, and if you put one in the UK, it's not against anything they love. They will go too.
Yeah, and this is where for me, and Jordan, you agree with me. I think the main market that they're going to focus on because it's a bigger market is India.
I really think. I mean, they're already on TV over there, but I really do. I'm gonna be surprised if that they don't. But I don't think they're worried about it right now because I think they know they can get it. I don't think that's why they. I think that's why they're not jumping. And there's no one established. They'd have to build it from scratch or make an NXT. Whereas now
yeah. Well,
Triple H, huh?
well, the thing is they already tried that. It didn't work. It
Yeah,
didn't
because
Well,
work.
they used the
they
wrong
tried
person
to.
in gender.
Yeah, they tried to use Jinder Mahal on SmackDown. That's not the answer. They need to go to India. And what I was talking about is Triple H's original idea was he wanted an NXT in every corner of the globe. Now with TKO and they're so profitable, now they're just buying up companies in each country to have a foothold. They don't even
Yeah, I
need
think
to.
I heard they're trying to buy WXM and the wrestling school for Great Khali.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. That would be your Indian market. That's getting in the Indian market like you wanted. That would be part of it.
Then the next area is Korea, but they don't really have a big independent wrestling scene there.
South Korea, it would work. They had people trying to start up over there. Just it was the wrong time with
Then South
COVID and
Africa, where
that.
Justin Gabriel was.
They should do something there in Australia as well. I mean, I don't want WWE to become a monopoly, but at the same time, I don't want AEW to kill all our beloved indies. But because of the competition that was declared, it's going to all turn into two sides. Either you're under the WWE banner, the AEW banner, and everybody else is just going to be pissing the wind, sadly. And we've
I
already
feel
had
the
casualties. We've
independent scene
already
to me
had
has died.
casualties because of this. We've
Like
had
like
casualties in the wrestling world because of this brawl already.
yeah, for me, I feel the independent scene in the United States specifically has slowly been dying over the past few years, not just because of COVID, but the financial burden of trying to book these massive event spaces now are getting way too expensive for these indies to afford. Do you agree, Jordan?
I mean, you can always find a place that you can afford to hold a show.
Uh,
The problem, more or less, is the creation of AEW. That just means that not only is there more places for your talent to go, there's a competition. I mean, not just the biggest names, people coming up. Everybody wants to go and work for one of those two companies that's going to pay some money or one of their underling companies.
Sure.
So, I mean, a company like, I'm going to use two examples here, MLW and GCW, and I'll throw in House of Glory too. They all need to borrow, not really MLW too much, but GCW and House of Glory, they have to borrow talent from. They have to bring talent in to have a lot of their shows. They don't have like the best. GCW might have more. House of Glory does not have a great wrestling roster under their roof. They bring in a Mercedes or Jay Briscoe, the Briscoe or Mark. I should have said they bring in all these people. I mean, if you have to hire, are you really a wrestling company or are you more of a promoter if you have to go and borrow talent from everybody
yeah,
else?
for me, WWE and what's it called? And AEW are. I'm gonna use. I'm not sure if this is a perfect equivalence. I feel they're like Bob Arum or a Bob Arum in boxing or a Al Heyman. they're just the promoter, and these independent wrestling companies are independent contractors for them.
No, you have business corporations with those two. Love them or hate them, they're massive. Well, AEW is not as massive as W, but it's still more massive than everybody else. You got an entire corporation where you have to have this set of people that do this job, then this set of people that do, then this person in management, then this and the finances. It takes all kind of planning. They're up there, and that's why they can afford to pay what they pay to their talent. Now, I'm not talking about NXT talent. I'm talking about main roster for both. But yeah, it's very different because that's what I'm trying to say. A lot of these small indie companies, they have to get talent from other places to come in because they don't have the talent to do it themselves. And
Right.
that means you got to fork out some big money to get a bigger name than what's on your. Now, it might not be the biggest person in the world, but you get one. Let's say, I mean, a great way to say this would be, I know they probably full time, but Jeff Hardy in TNA, okay, or the Hardy brothers. You know damn well they're gonna make more than everybody on that roster, or they're not gonna go. That's a
Yeah.
lot of money you got to fork out. And TNA is bigger than say something along the Gulf or something like that. But these small promotions that have to pull in names, they might pull a big name for let's say a Gulf Coast promotion. Somebody from Florida goes get a star from Texas or along the Gulf Coast. Okay, you got somebody, but is that I mean, you're gonna have to pay them more, but it's not like you're bringing in AJ Styles or Will Ospreay or something like that.
Right.
But the more you have to do that, and the more bigger names you get, the more money you got to fork out that you're not making. You got to pay the majority of your money just to get that name on your show to get recognition for people to want to go to hey, this promotion's great, but they're
I'm not
really
sure if
more of
they
a
would ever do
promoter.
this, but I want your guys' thoughts. Do you think WWE would ever do this since they own the naming and trademark rights for WCCW and AWA? They can open those promotions up in the Midwest and in Texas.
I know Vince is gone, but they don't like to return to the. They might steal a pay per view name from a past company, like the Bash or Great American Bash or whatever. But and you would think Triple A might have. I mean, Triple H might have a little bit of. TKO is not going to care about that. Vince would have hated that idea. I would to
No,
see
but I being that Triple H is the head of creative and wait, do you guys think Vince is coming back?
There's a rumor that once this is over, and Mike keeps saying only in a committee member, like board member, but I know Vince. Vince is going to want to get his hands. He's going to try to weasel his way back into creative and try to. He's going to
Yeah.
do what he can.
Even
Vince will try to
even
stay in power
even
until he
though
dies.
this was settled, I don't think TKO wants anything to do like any that bad image.
I don't think they want to do any more business with Vince McMahon either.
I don't think they care because it's so old now. Vince is going to walk away like, okay, we paid money, but he was never guilty. I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know how much they're gonna care that he's back. I don't know if they really care on bringing him back
For
all the
me,
way.
just because you settle doesn't mean you're not guilty. Like
Well,
that's a
you're only
misconception.
guilty if you're proven guilty in a court of law, brother. Even people that are arrested on heinous crimes, they tell you on their mugshot, all people are assumed innocent until guilty. The people make up their mind online, but you're not guilty until you're proved guilty in a court of law. If there's charges against you in a court case,
No, because
yes,
I have friends who are lawyers and they actually review cases after the fact and they say just because you settle doesn't necessarily mean you're not guilty.
of course they're gonna tell you that they want your money. They want their 31%. They're gonna tell you let's open up a new case because you always have to pay your lawyer 31%. Any smart lawyer wants your money, dude. Yeah, they're gonna tell you that. But the truth is, you know how hard it is to reverse a decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard as that is hard as shit to. That's like there's no difference between that, Anthony, and trying to twist the NFL referee's arm to say they made a bad call. We're going to reverse the decision. It
Yeah.
doesn't happen often.
Yeah,
It doesn't happen often.
we got a buddy right now that's going through hell because trying to reverse a decision right now. So
So no,
not naming names, but
but when it comes to Triple H being ahead of creative and stuff like that, do you think he would TKO, or the people on top of him would allow him to bring back those older promotions to be.
I
No.
don't.
No.
I don't think Triple H is
No,
worried about that, dude. I think
one,
Triple
one,
H wants to make his own legacy.
yeah, that, and it's like it's kind of hard to do that now because you got to realize there's so many indie promotions now. There's
Yeah.
so many. Like right now, I can name 4 in my area alone, and the major one is MLW. MLW always comes up to the Chicagoland area. You got Warrior Wrestling around here. You got W
But
was it
isn't AWA basically Minnesota?
You okay?
AWA? No,
That's
there's no
Vern
there.
Gagne's promotion. Weren't they running out of Minnesota and Minnesota and
Yeah, but here's the problem with
and
Yeah,
that.
but that was
Wisconsin?
back in the day.
Yeah, here's the problem with that, Anthony. How many people today are going to give a shit or are still alive that are going to go, "Oh my God, the American Wrestling Association, it's under WWE." How many people are going to care about the name? Almost nobody.
Yeah, is this another promotion? Like I said, I can name 4 promotions around, and that's just the ones that wrestles in the Midwest right here, up in my area.
I
That
mean,
goes from Illinois,
one of the
Indiana, and Ohio.
we still have the Crockett's alive. Conrad bought Jim Crockett Promotions to put on Ric Flair's final match and turned over the rights of the company to the Crockett that's still alive. If they wanted to, they could start. But you know what? Who's going to really watch and care? It's not. That's all beyond. You could bring. It's too late now. You could bring the letters WCW back, World Championship Wrestling, and short of having Booker T out there to talk for a minute or DDP, like not only is barely anybody alive, it would be all a new crop. It would be just the name and a whole bunch of different. You could do that with ECW. It would be a name with all different people. You could have Paul Heyman come out and start the show.
Speaking of DDP, he may show up at SummerSlam.
Okay.
He was never big in WWE. I mean, he drove the pink Cadillac before WCW for the Honky Tonk Man, and when Bobby Eaton was pretending he was Elvis's partner, and then he went to WCW, tried the men, became a wrestler late in life, went to WWE and pissed off the Undertaker, and they squashed him real quick.
Yeah. Well, if there is nothing else to talk about, gentlemen, I think we should end the podcast. It's already been 3 hours and 1 minute, and keep going and going.
Yeah, and for a Wednesday, that's long.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just jumped out to talk to you guys about that. Oh, so I like that album that you showed my Jordan. I mean Josh.
Gosh.
Which one?
The one that before you showed your shirt. The
Black Label Society.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hangover Music. Yeah, it's pretty chill.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, this yeah.
Was that his first or second album?
Oh,
with Black Label.
Neither.
This Jesus, this got to be.
I think it's
sixth?
Isn't it the 4th album? It's between 4 and 6. Because I want to say Hangover Music came out after Blessed Hell Ride and definitely before the Mafia era. Definitely.
Yeah.
Why like I asked this question on another rock channel, and we always when we talk about female guitarists all the time, we talk about Lita Ford, but we never talk about the other guitarist of the Runaways with Sandy West or whatever.
And Joe Jett.
Well, Joan Jett was in there as well.
Yeah, no, we always talk about Joan Jett, Sherry Curry, and Lita Ford, but the other guitar was just as great as Lita Ford, but you never talk about Sandy West a lot as one of the greatest female guitarists.
She doesn't really get mentioned. I hate how people consider Joan Jett one of the greatest guitar players in the world. She does very basic stuff. She's not great at all.
Yeah,
I know Joan more for her singing than anything.
Yeah,
or her attitude and her persona.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Well, then, yeah, you could go into for a lot of female guitarists. I mean, heck, you could go into girls' school, for back in the day, then Jesus, let me see.
Oh, if you can,
Uh,
you can
Greta
uh,
Van
bounce all
Fleet.
over.
huh?
Nancy Wilson from Heart, Ann Wilson's
Yeah,
sister.
yeah. There you go.
Would you
Heart.
say Lita is more of a shredder or a technical guitar player?
Neither.
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 Oh,
No,
wait.
she's
Who did you name? Lita
Lita
Ford?
Ford.
Yeah.
Lita.
No, you want the big modern day guitar players. If you want to talk about today, Nita Strauss
yep.
is who now lives down here in New
Lizzie
Orleans.
Hale.
No, yeah, but that's she can't. Nita Strauss not only played in Iron Maidens, the cover band. Alice Cooper took her out of there and took her as his right hand guitar player, and then she doesn't even really need. She still works with him. She's got her own solo. She just opened for Black Label last year, but she lives down here now. She's got her own line of Ibanez guitars. She's actually could play and shred. She actually can. Another one in modern day would be I had her and I started talking about Nita. But she's a blues player, but she could play all kind. She could sing too, but she plays like the cigar boxes, and she could play lead and do all of that. Is Samantha Fish, who
What
is
are your
who?
opinions on Lizzie Hale as a guitarist? Is she very simple?
I don't even listen to the music, bro.
I listened to her. Uh, it she rocks, but yeah, I think you're right. It's like she's kind of simple.
Well, back to
It's-
what I was asking about Lita, Jordan. Do you feel that Lita, like, where is she in the middle ground? She's not technical, but she's not a pure shredder.
She's neither one either, bro. Like she was more. Lita Ford's more known for singing than guitar, dude. And she
yeah,
married Tony Iommi at one point in life.
Oh wait, because they talk about her when she was with the Runaways. They always talked about her guitar skills and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking about the Runaways here. Nobody was an amazing guitar player.
Outside of Sandy West, the one I brought up.
She almost never gets mentioned, but none of that music in the Runaways was anything complicated or hard. Pat Benatar is another one that doesn't do anything fancy.
Thanks
Yeah,
for having me on, guys. Are you gonna do another show on Thursday?
Friday.
Friday. Friday.
Friday.
Friday.
I'm going to see if I can scrounge up some news for us. We do have a few things, but I need to do some digging and all of that and see what I can find for us. But
And hopefully TNA doesn't release any more people before now.
yeah, well, 10 to 1 that we'll get a release every day, knowing them. But I didn't get to mention it yet. I wanted to mention it earlier. It was off topic from wrestling, but I did get to play the new Star Fox demo on Switch too. I
Uh-oh.
did. I did get to play it. It is pretty much a remake of 64. It's the same overall levels and story, but the graphics are nicely updated. The cutscenes and voices are all redone and flushed out, but there's more. There's a lot more meat on the bone.
Have they figured out yet with by chance has uh has Nintendo and Xbox actually figure out how to completely transport like the Halo series
There were
and
that
Call
we're
of Duty to
I
Switch?
I thought we were getting that at the direct last week, and we did not. Microsoft is an official software developer for Nintendo now, and their goal is to bring Halo and They want Call of Duty to work perfect on Switch too. That's obviously they don't have it yet, but I was expecting us to get at least a Halo announcement and Call of Duty coming
With
soon.
the amount of memory that game takes and the type of graphics that game takes, don't you think uh the
yeah,
the Switch 2 is gonna have to release an OLED version?
yeah. There's no way. To me, there's no way that the Switch has enough power. I mean, hell, they couldn't
Switch
even.
One,
They
no.
could. Uh, no, even two because Switch Two couldn't even handle Mortal Kombat One.
Uh, I don't. We have Switch. We have that on Switch. I could have swore that was on the Switch One. I could have swore because I don't think there's a Mortal Kombat game yet for Switch Two at all. But I can tell you that the Switch Two is nicely powered, and I mean it's right below the most current systems. Like it's more powerful than a PS4 or the third Xbox. It's more
Good night,
powerful
guys.
than
I have
that.
to go.
All right, later.
Later. Be good,
But
man.
yeah, the Switch 2 can actually run at 1080p in handheld. It's not a 720 system. You can dock, you will get 60 frames per second and up to 120 in some games. Like they've really there's going to be a time when we get there when the technology's there and there's going to be no one else behind. But Nintendo's really closing in. It's a nice piece of hardware that really can do some cool things.
Yeah.
Most PC people usually buy a Switch or gonna get a Switch too. They're like, we the one thing you can't get unless you do some hella hacking are those, you do some very intelligent stuff to get those AAA Nintendo only exclusives. It can be done, but a lot of people they're like, we're just gonna have a PC or a PS5 and a Switch. Right now,
Yeah.
Switch too.
Well,
But,
I got Xbox and PS5, so I
You
got
got
both.
the X-Bone. The X-Bone.
I think that this is going to be Xbox. I think both systems are coming next year around the holiday season. I think
No,
that PlayStation got pushed to 27. yeah, that's next year holiday season.
Is it
Yeah, we're 26, dude.
26? Yeah. Well, okay. Damn.
Yeah,
My
I'm predicting next year, and I think they may be 6 months apart like normal, but one of them is going to come out for an end of the year holiday exclusive at 27. The other's either going to beat it or whatever, or come out a little sooner. But I think this is going to be Xbox's last hardware physical console because they're pretty much making a mini PC. There's no way this thing's going to cost under $1,000, and I just don't see people doing it.
no,
There's no way it's going to be under $1,000.
yeah, I'll be still buying because they when they release a system, they still release discs for a dual disc where you can still play it on the
Right.
one system and you can still play it for the other. So yeah, I'm gonna still be buying for the P because I like last year I just got the PS5. I just finally got it. And it was like
You and Phil are late, man, and you're lucky you got
well,
it last year because there's a big price increase that just happened to all Sony products
well,
and all of that. Like, yeah, they're all everything jumped.
well,
Well, anyway, gentlemen. Anyway,
I got mine used. I got mine used. So
Okay,
let's end the show. We can talk about this off.
okay.
all right, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not watching Ringside Rants,
you're doing live from
Square.
ladies and gentlemen, we're not just food to eat because we're not that nutritious, and we are very filling. But we
no,
are,
we're food for the ears, baby, because we are fat boys and we like chips.
Hey, I'm on a diet, so watch it, man.
take
I'm
us
getting ready to
home.
lose some
Take us
weight.
home there, Jordan.
But yeah, you know how it normally goes. But you see, when you own one of these that holds 75 records, this just means this gives me more access to what is yours. So always remember, what's mine's mine, what's yours. If it ain't mine yet, it will be. Probably in this box.
Yes, and as always, ladies and gentlemen,
Goodbye. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, free chips and dip after the show.
Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and
Yeah.
share. Squirrel.
thank you,
Friday.
Thank
Friday.
you, Devin. Thank you, everybody that showed up.